Okay, that's set up. So if you guys would like, you can introduce yourself and the character you're playing. That way we know who everyone is. Then we'll start up the game.
Okay, I'm good now.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you weren't. Okay, my fault. Let's.
Back now.
We're good. Let's go down the line. AJ, who are you and who are you playing?
I am playing Orpip Degelbegel, the cleric of Desna. Should I describe what he looks like too?
Yeah. Actually, let's do that in. We'll do that in session.
All right. I shall wait.
Sorry. Baron.
I'm playing Rensake. Yes, it's a weird pronunciation. McFranklin, an investigator, a dwarf.
Blue.
I'm playing Daedra, the resident psychic.
Haunted.
I am playing Ulrich Vizier, the gymnast swashbuckler.
And Tots.
I'm playing Nabal Razatan, and I am the barbarian.
So we will begin with you guys out on a top of a hill overlooking a large manor. The weather was nice earlier in the day, but you see storm clouds starting to roll in. A long line of partygoers are here at Lady Jamandi Aldore's request from a call for action from heroes. And you are trailing in the back of them, some of the last to arrive. Now, as you start heading slowly up to the gate, a guard there kind of holds up a hand and like, stop. We need to see your invitations, please. And who would like to be at the front of this group?
I don't see why
turn
Orpip wouldn't be.
Okay.
Oh, it's all good. He'll just hand his out immediately.
Looks like there was a different name before, but Digglebaggle, or Pip, you say. Well, if you're a Digglebaggle, you're on the list. Come on in. Describe Orpip for us.
He is a 3 foot tall, wearing like a classic wizard's hat in a way. He's wearing butterfly earrings because of Desna. He's got nice little round glasses, and he's wearing one of those. I don't know exactly what to call it, but it's like the robes that go down, but it's like split in the middle, and then they go down to like your ankles. But it's like long sleeve. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I can visualize it. Yeah.
And it's all purple. He's purple and pink, like a very purple and pink guy, and he's got a nice beard and bright blue eyes. And he'll skip on through.
And with the spring in your step, you walk on through the castle gates, or not castle, but the manor gates. Who, the next person in line, if you would please, the next person in line, if you'd please step up and present your invitation.
Jim, given the nature of our arrangement, might be best if you go next and I come with you.
Haunted?
Oh, he's muted.
I said that, sorry.
Right.
Very well. And he will walk up to the guard and reach to his breast pocket and take out the letter that he received from Jamandi and say, I received this a week ago. Trust you'll find everything is in order. I have a +1 with me tonight. The good doctor. He'll be accompanying me, and I think that won't be an issue, will it? And he kind of like looks at him pointedly.
Well, for
I
the
wave.
that should be fine enough and all for the party. There's a few extra seats available. Come on through.
Perfect.
Who's next?
I don't mind going next, if no one else wants to.
Okay. So you stroll up to the guard?
Yeah, stroll up to the guard and
Who are you?
I'm Nabal Rasatan, and he reaches to his bag and hands him the invitation.
And describe what your character looks like. Sorry, I will do this right afterward for you too. I forgot to do that before. My bad.
I didn't want to stop you.
Yeah, sorry. I got ahead of myself.
Alright, so he's like a 3'3" scaly dragon. Well, I guess dragon-looking kobold with horns shaped like a bull. You can kind of see it on the image. With the maul on his back and a little piece of shoulder plate armor. He just kind of walks along.
Okay. So now, you hear the VHS rewind sound. Renesh and Ulrich, describe your characters.
All right, I'll
Well,
go first.
Yes, go on.
Ulrich is a probably roughly about 6 feet tall human with some of the features of a half elf. If you really look for them, they're not particularly prominent. His ears only have like the slightest of points to them. I would say he looks 90% human at a glance. Long, dark, brownish, blackish hair, tied back, wearing dueling leathers, a dueling cape over his right hand, which is the only actually has a sort of armored vambrace on it, and on his right hip he has an Eldori dueling sword, along with an assortment of other daggers, bows, and bolas on his person. Yeah, he sort of gives off the air of a little bit haughty, but also his clothes and everything is a bit worn down and seems to sort of clash with his bearing. Like the bottoms of his boots are definitely worn down to almost to the soles. The bottom of his heels, rather. And like sort of all black cape. Yeah, that's him.
And Ron?
He's. Be sure I get the measurements right. A 4'3" dwarf, brown hair, blue eyes, thick beard, wears very old-looking leather armor that has a lot of pouches, both strapped to or sewn in. It looks like it could use a good repair job. He also carries a quiver with arrows and a short bow. His clan dagger is kept in one of the pouches, tries not to show that off too much.
And then
To describe him in one word, I'd say, frumpy.
Frumpy? What is frumpy?
Is that?
Really? Okay.
Are you streaming this? Are you streaming this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Audi and old fashioned. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I did not know that.
And finally, bring up the rear of the group. The guard stops you. Oh. Papers, please. Deirdre?
I hand him my papers, and I say, "This was given to me by an acquaintance."
Oh. The signature on it. Legit, so come on through. And describe, Deirdre for us.
Deirdre is a pale-looking elfish female who's relatively lean and generally taller than. Well, she's about not quite 6 feet. She sports a pixie cut look with a two-tone of black and green, and her eyes are of a pale green, where her pupils seem to stick out more than anything. She adorns herself with a different assortment of clothes, not anything really particularly matching, and she favors herself with bits of piercings and jewelry. And she generally keeps a mask on hand for her own purposes.
Interesting. And you're able to walk on through into the Great Hall, and we'll transition to that scene. Okay. Let me get the fun box text for you guys. You walk into this spacious hall. It's been prepared for a great feast. Servants hustle and bustle about while several armed soldiers, Lady Jamandi's house guards, watch over the hall from their positions against the east and west walls. To the north, a fire crackles away in a large fireplace. Iron lever secured by a lock adorns the fireplace's eastern face. Two massive crystal chandeliers hang from the ceiling 20 feet above. The walls are decorated with painted murals of idyllic woodland scenes, nymphs frolicking amid waterfalls, satyrs dancing with fauns in wooden glades, and various winged fairy creatures flitting about trees. 9 long tables are arranged around the central portion of the room, each holding plates, utensils, mugs, goblets, and full, ready to be poured pitchers of ale, wine, mead, and water. And you don't see it yet, get the faintest whiff of roasted meat and other delicious scents. You're all led towards this set of 2 tables. Here. Where you're placed down, a lot of other people sit down there as well, and you can have if you see anyone of interest, you can feel free to have a chat with them, or amongst yourselves.
Well, I'm seated across from someone who looks interesting. I'd like to strike up a conversation with her.
Okay.
So, what brings you here?
Oh, hi, I'm Lindsay. I'm here to find the greatest heroes. I heard there was going to be, like, a new kingdom and stuff, and, like, people are going to go, and she's getting really, like, overly excited. There's going to be so many great stories. I'm a bard, you see, from Bytex. Oh, what was your name?
Oh, just call me Ran. All my friends do.
Oh,
So, looking for heroes, are you?
yeah. I grew up on Legends, and I always wanted to write one of my own about, like, a strong hero fighting a dragon, and it helps to get see it in person,
Yeah, that does sound like a lot of excitement. I'm not so sure I'm the right person you're looking for, but I'd like to hook up with whoever that is.
Me too. Hope you enjoy the feast.
Oh, you too.
Because they were under the chandeliers, so you can see the other two people who were at the table, I moved them to the floor. Anyone else like to strike up a conversation?
I just tend to buy a drink.
I think Orpip's just taking it all in. Do they got booster seats?
Uh, le- Conveniently enough, yes. They do have they have amenities so that you're able to sit comfortably at this table and dine.
Yeah, he's just taking it all in. This is the fanciest house he's been in.
Nice.
Yes, I believe Daedra is not quite comfortable. She's a little out of place.
Across from you, Deirdre, you see a dwarven man. You don't. He's not talking too much to you, but he's more so muttering under his breath. Soon they'll all know that they'll fall into nothingness. Protus always claims what's. But
Dwarven dude.
yeah, just to your right. He's just very morosely talking to himself.
So.
You mean across from me? Never mind. Go ahead, man. What were you saying?
At this, I turn to my right, assuming I'd be facing forward at the table, of course. So, those earrings. You a Desnan?
To you?
Oh, sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
I'm next to you. I didn't know I was next to you.
Oh, yes, I'm the guy just north of Orpip.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Ah, those earrings. Are you a Desnan?
I sure am. What are you?
Not especially religious, but hoping to take my chances in this new place. What interests you in this little expedition?
Oh, it's just adventure, seeing the world a little bit, you know?
There'll probably be a lot of beautiful stuff out there too.
Probably. Destin is all about it.
Indeed.
okay. Nabal or
Yeah.
would you like to talk to anyone here?
No, he's just kind of mesmerized by the whole scenery, since the majority is just
there?
like he was just living in a village. So sorry.
Ulrich will turn over to the Kobold. You there? Dragon-blooded? You know how to use
Yes,
that thing?
Yes, I can breathe fire of a great dragon.
Oh, interesting. I think I remember a tutor of mine once saying there was dragons or a king who ruled with dragons once controlled these lands. It's funny.
Heard of that too. It was written in my father's journal. I seek to investigate it further.
Oh, so that's why you're here. Chasing after mysteries, huh?
Yes, and I'm here to settle
Well-
a score.
Ooh, interesting. Who did you so wrongly?
Barbarians in the Stolen Lands. They destroyed my village. He kind of says as he's looking down at his water.
Ah, well, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, I think civilization has its ills, but one of the things it's good for is dealing with the bandits. Well, The ones not called nobles, anyway. Me,
Can
I'm
agree
here. I mean, it might sound a bit hypocritical coming from me, but I'm just here looking for a good fight, to be honest. I follow the Eldori school, as you might know, but my education has been somewhat stunted back in Rostland, so I'm hoping to continue my studies out here. Perhaps we could have a friendly duel sometime. It seems like you must be competent to be able to carry that thing around. It's
I
almost the size of you.
You'll notice that, well, Nabal, Ross here, has a weapon that's larger than him. The same can be said about the person directly across from him. A large, human woman wielding a great sword, honestly, probably a size and a half over her. She is mostly like complaining, "Where's the food? I was told there'd be food. This Aldori lady's gotta come by sooner or later."
They told me there would be cake. The cake is a lie.
And then across from you, Dim, you hear snickering from the small gnomish fellow. These fools. They're all here to witness my ascent to greatness. Artusio will prevail.
Yes, a bit overconfident, are we? I mean, what are you, some sort of wizard? I don't see a weapon or anything on there.
You would notice that he's pouring through a book currently. Roll to me a perception check. Yeah, right. He's kind of
Sorry, the haunted's roll's coming up private.
Yeah, it was rolled to me.
Okay.
It's a perception roll, that's why.
Yeah, so if you roll perception, roll to me. That way, only I can see it. It's so that people don't go, "Well, they rolled a 3, and it says they didn't hear anything. So let me roll," kind of thing. That's what it's there to stop.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, Tartushu is cleverly using the book that he's reading to kind of cover up the rest of his body, so you can't see too much. But he's like, overconfident. No, I'm perfectly confident. After all, when I'm Baron, my kingdom will be the most magnificent.
Well, we all have to have dreams, you know. Some more valid than others.
He gives you
But hey, you know.
he gives you a bit of a scowl.
And, this person next to me, I'm curious. I want to give them a once over.
As you look at him, he actually. See, let me look at your stats real quick. Do you have any kind of lore about the local area?
I have warfare lore, that's it.
Nothing nobility. Roll society then. Okay, untrained, but you would recognize him as his family crest of 4 hatchets in a circle as a member of the Varn family, influential nobles of the area.
Well, it's nice to know I'm not the only one of noble stock here. Are you of the Vaughn family?
Ah, yes, Mager Vaughn. Pleased to meet your acquaintance.
Pleasure. And he reaches out a hand to shake it.
And he gives you a hearty handshake. Are you here as well on the behest of Lady Jamandi Eldori?
Yes, she thought that my skill with a sword might be beneficial. So, having recently run into some complications back in Rossland, I figured I'd come.
Myself?
Are you
Interesting. Myself,
looking to
I'm...
expand your family holdings?
Well,
yes?
I'm, looking not to separate from the family, but I heard tale of this, and Miss Eldori offered me the lands directly to the south. I think I shall call them Varnhold. It's a good name, do you think?
Well, it certainly matches your name, so as good as any.
Thank you. He he's very like polite, like demeanor. He's like he's being braggadocious, but he's not doing it in an aggressive manner in the same way that Tartuccio was. You can get that from him. He is trying to carry himself with an element of grace. And I'm sure when you get your own barony, I'm sure we'll be good friends. I'll send over gifts and we'll make some sort of alliance.
Yes, I mean, once, I mean, if I'm part of the ruling council, or ruler, I won't presume, but, it'd be wise to stick together. I don't think any of these other surrounding nations would have our best interest at heart. More like vassalization or outright conquering, would seem to me, would be their intentions.
Yes, especially as young fledgling nations, it behooves us to stick together. And
Well,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I would just say he would like offer a toast to him, and that's it.
Wonderful, and a toast to you two. He clinks glasses with you, and then takes a sip from his drink. There's two other people seated at this table, but again, they're directly under the chandeliers. You see an elven woman with a large scythe attached to her back, with a pallid figure, or pallid skin, and worn down clothing. And then finally, across from you, Orpip, you see a tall, statuesque woman in heavy armor, a longsword and shield, who seems to be carrying herself with a great deal of manners. She is literally doing the thing where she's like, okay, and I get to use the proper fork here. She's like lining up all of her forks and cups perfectly. But it's at this time, let me get to the next text. You see a half-elven woman, sorry, well, it's still half-elf here, because it's an older version, but you see her walk in. She carries she's got a few scars on her face, well dressed in fine armor, and carrying a curved blade. Her and another all go up to the table. And let me read the red text for you. A striking half-elf woman enters the hall, followed by an aristocratic middle-aged human man. Man wears finely tailored clothing, fit for a noble, while the woman appears dressed for battle. A fine leather coat over a sparkling mail shirt, and at her waist hangs an Eldori dueling sword with a bright silver pommel. The two make their way to the head of the table, where they remain standing. The man speaks first. Greetings, heroes. I'm Yosef Selamis, Lord Mayor of Rostov. And this, he gestures to the woman beside him, is Lady Jamandi Alduri. We both thank you for answering her call for heroes. You may be few, but we only need the best for this great task. Lady Jamandi offers the room a broad smile before she speaks. South of here, beyond Brevoy's border, lie the Stolen Lands. This disputed territory has been claimed time and again by would-be settlers, but because the area has been a haven for bandits and monsters, it's never been held for long. Restov intends for this to change. If you have enough courage to drive off the dangerous denizens of the Stolen Lands, you can seize the territory for yourselves, and name yourselves baronesses or barons. Restov intends to recognize the legitimacy of the new rulers of this land, and none of the other neighboring realms care enough to challenge you. You're all prepared to provide backing as a trade partner and military ally. You claim this land, you will have my, indeed, all of Restov's support. Lady Jamandi raises her goblet. But the details of your individual missions and charters into the Stolen Lands can wait. I raise my glass to you, brave heroes. For now, let's eat and enjoy the evening. Tomorrow promises to be a very busy day. And after that, she goes on with a little bit of announcements, like any of you who do not have lodgings in Restov, we have rooms prepared for you in the East Wing. And we'll send the servants around to ask you if you need a place. And she claps her hands, and then at the second clap of her hands, the first dish is brought out for you, which is a bunch of greens covered in oils, and a little bit of bread along with it. Now, we'll go into influence mode. So, over the next 2 hours in-game, which was a number of rounds, you are able to influence any of the people you see fit nearby. Influence them may make them happier in the future, and if you need help later on, once you've formed your kingdom, they may be able to come to your aid. Let me get everyone here into an encounter.
Ooh.
And because we'll do this in initiative, it makes sense that way. In double combat state. Okay, if you would, roll, instead of the normal perception, roll me some sort of social role. You can offer me like society, diplomacy, deception, any of those for your initiative for this.
I'd like to roll society.
Okay.
Diplomacy.
Let's
I
see.
rolled diplomacy.
Probably. I probably had to go with society.
That's fine. You can roll society.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Well, good. It's not a combat, so people aren't going to be coming at you for this. Oh no, it's doing the thing. I hate when it does that. Where, like, when I scroll, it just deletes everything horizontal that I was on for a second. So you got that? Did you... Oh, you didn't roll as an initiative? I'll just put you in and then change your
I
number.
made that mistake, sorry.
Yep. You're good. I can just roll it and then change the number.
Okay.
Or wait, can I just type the number in? Familiar with Foundry?
I don't think you can for Foundry. That's a roll 20 thing.
I'll just roll, and then I'll adjust your number, or your. I'll adjust your position in the order to where it should be.
Yeah.
As if
I
it,
think you
You
can
can
do
have
it
me.
without forcing a
Five,
roll.
you.
as if it were a delay. Okay, so a 14. You're tied with Ross. And then, Ron, you rolled... Which one's your actual roll? A 14. Okay. Why did everyone roll 14s? Okay, so let me adjust that. Ron, you're down here. And then begin encounter.
Fight.
You're just busy choking on her water.
I don't like the fight for it, socially. That's got the bad. Kind of bad. Okay, so for this, there are two types of actions you can take. You can attempt to learn more about the person and find like strengths, weaknesses, what stats would be good ideas to target them. Or you can attempt to influence them, in which you will roll a stat, and each stat has different success numbers that are needed. So we'll begin with Mr. Dagglebaggle, I believe.
Ah. Yeah. So what do I? Just the lady in front of me, and then I
Yeah.
say I want to influence her. Then what do I do?
So, you say you want to influence her, or again, you can try to find out her interests and all that.
Yeah. Well, the way I would like try to be her friend is just ask her what she's doing and have her teach me. You know, start getting in on what she is, what's her mindset about, and just try to be her friend. You know.
Okay, so that would be a diplomacy then. Sounds like.
Okay.
Where's Valerie's DC?
Yikes.
Now, keep in mind, everyone has a hero point at the start of the session.
I'm not using it now.
Okay,
That's gonna come in handy later.
all good. What would this do? She looks at you. I'm just getting ready for. I have to set the table perfectly, as is our like tradition. There's a knight's honor must be both in battle and on the field, and she. Like, but I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have. It'd take me a little too long to teach you the proper procedure for everything. My apologies. But Valerie, nice to meet you.
Understand? Warpip Dagglebaggle, if you need anything.
Oh, Mr. Dagglebaggle, it's an honor and privilege to meet you.
Same to you.
It doesn't seem like she was put off by how you came across, but she's just a little focused on what she's doing at the moment.
Yeah.
But you feel like with diplomacy, you could get across and eventually break through with her.
Understandable.
And then we'll go to our next turn. Jim.
Right. I would like to try to do what I was doing prior to Jumanji and them entering. Essentially, just try to use diplomacy to raise, or rather, I guess I would have to discover whether I want to use which skill to use, right? Before I can try to.
You can still just try a skill. Some skills won't work at all. Some skills will be harder or more or less difficult. So you'd be doing that to figure out like ways to influence them better.
I'll just use diplomacy on Varn, and just sort of continuing to talk about like the things that we were discussing previously, like goals for the new lands that he's been given versus what I would do in like the stolen lands and like the geopolitical conflicts that would result from there being kingdom here.
So yes, you can roll me another diplomacy if you'd like. You did seem to get across a little bit with the first one, but you feel like he is a little self-interested in that might be a little bit of a tough nut to crack. But you can go ahead and roll another diplomacy. Oh yes, your ideas are interesting. Interesting thoughts for you, how you would run a country. I have slightly different ideas, but it's good to see a varied approach. And he kind of gives you he gives like that hearty like little mini shoulder uppercut, like here we go kind of thing.
You
But-
can tell he's been out of the. He's been like out of touch with that part of society for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that turn.
Okay. We'll move on to Ron.
All right, I've already got a little bit of information on Lindsay across the table. I'd like to continue.
With Lindsay? Yes. Would you like to try to figure out what skills would work best with her? Or would you try to just directly roll something to try to influence her? Sorry.
I'd like to understand her a little bit more. Let's see. So, if you were, in a hypothetical kingdom made in this new land, what kind of nation would you be into?
Oh, I mean, one of the biggest things I would be into is there'd have to be a way for the arts to flourish, right? We'd have to have like a printing press, and so that way my story could spread.
Absolutely. And every new country is going to need someone to chronicle the events, and a song that can move the hearts of the masses. Perfect idea.
So with that, you can suss out that anybody who is a skilled performer would get across with her rather easily, as well as you've noticed she is a talkative sort, right? So you could also use society to trade gossip about your favorite musicians or news from nearby kingdoms. And you've already kind of found her weakness. With that, using your turn to, suss her out. Her weakness is that she wants to find a true hero. So anyone here who tries to influence her by citing their heroic deeds and accomplishments gets a bonus to their checks to influence Lindsay. And that would be your turn for that.
Yes.
The Ross.
Can I try to make the barbarian in front of me an ally of some sort?
Yes. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to suss out what she might be into to get benefits later, or are you just trying to engage with her in some sort of way?
I'm gonna just try and engage with her in some sort of way. I guess Snowball will look up at the barbarian and be like, "Look, I know that neither of us are meant for this nobility stuff. We're warriors at heart. If you clearly see many battles, I will be glad to call you an ally and get our new kingdom."
So what would you like to roll? Are you wanting to roll diplomacy, or is there another role you would like to offer me?
I like the roll diplomacy. Hopefully this goes well. Okay.
Well, I would like to fight. Oh, I gotta find her voice again. I would like to fight strong battles too. God, I can't find her voice. I would like to find strong battles too, but I'm not much for words. If you want to show me how strong you are, she puts an elbow on the table and wants to arm wrestle.
Alright. Nobody accepts the chat.
So roll an athletics check.
Right?
Nice.
Wow.
You critically succeed. So you're locked up for a second, and then you slam her hand down. Ah, that was fun. I like you. Amiri.
Naba, nice to meet you.
And she reaches over and shakes your hand, but her hand is probably like 2 sizes bigger than yours. So with that critical success, you've gained more influence than you would have otherwise with Amiri. Interesting.
Nice.
Deirdre.
I can't help but laugh at the fact you put me across from like the most sus dwarf.
By the way, the table's longer than this. Feel free, don't have to talk to the person across from you. You can move and talk to somebody else. I have to follow the grid for the tokens.
That's fine. I'll take the chances. I mean, the dwarf across from me seems quite enticing in his own way. And I want to try to strike up a conversation with him.
Yes, you can. Oh. Hello, my name is Harim.
Pardon me?
Pleased to meet you.
You may call me Deirdre. I got a question for you, sir.
Go ahead.
What are your thoughts on fate and destiny?
All are fated to crumble and
That's what you believe?
abandon hope and embrace the inevitable. Why? What are your thoughts on fate?
Oh well, I usually let the stars tell me. Be my guide.
Interesting. And what are you trying to do, Deirdre?
Oh, perhaps I might try to give him like a little bit of a morale boost, perhaps.
Okay. So you're trying to roll a performance for your
Would that be performance? I mean, I'm just trying to.
your
be
fortune
confident.
telling?
I'm not fortune. I remember.
Religion?
I think if you saw my message, you would understand why I'm having a little bit of frustration thing. So.
Where? In. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We can talk about that afterwards, but for now, we'll leave it for now. But we can talk about that afterwards. What would you offer me a role to?
You know what I like to do
Mhm.
since she's a psychic. I like to read his palm.
Okay.
Sure, I can put that as like a fortune teller type thing. You know, if you read your palm and stuff.
What do you all think would make sense?
No, would that
You
would that
could.
be a cult?
You could roll. I would to show your knowledge of it. I would allow occultism. Though it would take a higher DC. You could also maybe roll astrology lore to see, as a thing as well, since that's something you're trained in. If you're divining from the stars rather than a palm reading, though, depends on how you would like to handle this, dude.
I think I would go with the occultism because I think the astrology thing needs to be discussed later on. So
Huh?
I'll go with the occultism for now.
As you start reading his palm, you find that he's a man of great age and has seen many. Through his palms, you can feel that the energy that's coming through you sees that he's seen many battles in his day, but you can divine that he's here looking for dwarven ruins.
I get that from reading his palm.
Mm-hmm. I'm flavoring it with your psychic abilities too, as you're kind of reading his palm and his thoughts, because he's allowing you to do this ritual almost. What did you find?
You seem to be seeking quite fine. You've walked this earth quite a long time.
I have. Rhodus has not come for me yet.
You seek heritage. You seek to reminisce with your past, with your kind.
He perks up a little bit when you say that. I am here to search for dwarven runes. I heard they were in the Stolen Lands, and as such I accepted. Invitation from Lady Jamandi. And you've gained an influence point with him. Harim is a fan of yours now.
How does that work with influence points? Where you put those at?
So, I will let you know at the end of the session, because I'm marking like who and what. It will, but it's more so for the party. The more influence you have, the more favorable they will be to you. Like, their opinion of you will be more favorable when you next meet.
Hey, I get a +1 with Harem. I think that's pronounced name. I wrote it down. It was weird.
Harim.
Harim. That's probably
Okay. And with that, it's the end of the first of a few rounds. Let me pass time a little bit.
That's a cool effect.
Yeah. The skies darken. The windows, the skies outside darken, so light comes in less from the windows as the sun starts to set, and you hear the rumblings of a storm coming over the Great Hall. Back to the top, Orpip. Would you like to continue with Valerie or talk with somebody else?
Yeah, I'm making a friend, damn it. Doing it.
Do you still want to go with diplomacy?
He'll ask her, since she said she was a knight, who are you a knight of? Like, what are you aspiring to be? So would that be, you want diplomacy again?
Gotta scroll down to her page. One thing you would notice is that she has religious symbol for her. She has a God. Why is it not on here? I had the notes. Ignore that for now. But yes, diplomacy will work, and the DC, the way you phrase that, is going to be better. You can roll diplomacy as well, because she's very into her knighthood.
We're gonna see how it. Okay. 17.
Oh,
Nice.
I serve a nearby noble here in Rostov. She gives you a name. Lord Darius Margrave. Have you heard of him?
I don't believe so.
Oh, well. He's a smaller noble, but he kind of relieved me from service and thought that it would be good to expand his influence by sending me down to the Stolen Lands. So while I'm still a knight, I am currently a knight errant, technically.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Then do I see the religious symbol, or do you know what it is yet?
I don't. It's actually not in the book. I think I'm remembering it from the game. It's not in this book.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd say something about her god. Would it be like Iomade or something?
I think it was Iomade. That sounds right.
I believe
Wait.
it's Shaylin.
Shaitlin.
No,
Wait,
Shay-
no.
Oh, goddess of the arts.
Oh,
Well, I know stuff about Shaylin. Does Orpip know stuff about Shaylin?
as you note that, she does kind of she kind of covers up the necklace a bit and reserves it, in an effort to hide. I'm sorry. She tucks it into her collar. I'm afraid, in my past, I, I'm not much welcome in the church there, but I still pray to Lady Shellen.
Okay. Interesting. I've already done my roll, so.
Yeah, and you succeeded. You got an influence.
Yay!
Tip. Sorry, I'm trying to juggle like I should have had like 4 separate pages on the table for everybody, for all these characters, instead of one.
Okay.
One I have to scroll through. Dim, you are up.
Alright, so after striking out with Vine, he'll turn his attention to the elf sitting across the table. You there, elf, you're a long way from Kionin. What brings you to these lands?
Oh, that's a thing. So. As you mentioned the word Kioning, you. Oh, that's the wrong page. That's Lindsay. There's Jathal. She starts to kind of recoil. Sorry. My name is Jathal. Nice to meet you. And you hear a hint of nervousness in her voice.
A pleasure. Relax, I assure you. You've nothing to worry about with me.
And are you trying to discover more about her or influence her?
Yeah, I'm trying to invite her to talk more, just for discovery.
For discovery, roll a perception roll for discovery for her. Okay, so this is going to be kind of sad. The 3 easiest skills to influence her with, you'll know this now, are Ergothoa lore, if you have that, Intimidation, and Religion. Her weakness, though, is that she's incredibly lonely. And if you were to use diplomacy, which is a higher difficulty to influence her, the DC of that would lower in the future. She thinks that she found a friend. However, she is not too fond of people who discuss her Kionin heritage.
Alright, noted.
So with that, you'll know more information about her, and it'll make it easier for you to make rolls in the future. And she keeps conversing with you during these turns. It's not like it's just stopping, but she's continuing to chat with you. Ron.
So, I've heard that Lindsay is interested in a hero, huh?
Yep.
She's holding out for a hero.
I lean in a bit. So, you see
Only
the
till the end of the
human-
night.
I help myself.
Go ahead, Baron.
See the human seated a bit to my left there? The first one. This guy is a legit outdoory. Well, he's trained to become a sword lord. Guy fights like a monster. Ulrich's his name. Came here with him. I plan on joining him on this little trip. When all's said and done, I think he's going to become some kind of legendary hero.
Okay. So, is that true? Oh, I have to go talk to him then too. Oh, and you're a friend of his? That's awesome. And she's like stammering. What would you like to roll?
Well, I know diplomacy would fit this for talking him up.
By the way, since you I didn't fully do the proper, you succeeded on your discovery earlier. I didn't fully. I gave you performance in society, right?
Yes.
You would also know. I know I did give you that. My bad. I knew we forgot that earlier, so I was sorry. So one thing, if you're talking about, you could use diplomacy for that would make the most sense. If you wanted to phrase it as rumors, you could. I would take a society roll.
All right. He's not a legend yet, but we're working on making him one.
Yeah. And you talk up some cool thing that he's done in the past. And with that, you roll me a society roll.
Oh. Sorry, I meant to make that blind. My mistake.
Oh,
So
you're fine with that.
if
Just
I could interject here.
oh, go ahead.
The closest thing he's done that would be like known would be him maiming a noble-born son in a duel. So he could actually discuss that.
I would say phrase it as defeated.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Depending on the result. I mean, you know.
So you don't have to roll blind when it's not a perception. You're good with any other roll. You just roll it because you're the only one rolling this for this situation. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I actually wonder, would you like to spend one of your hero points, or your one current hero?
You know what? I would.
So, do me a favor and target Lindsay,
Oh, okay.
because you guys can do this by targeting too, I think. Okay, now target Lindsay, and if you right-click your society check, there's a re-roll with hero point option, which should automatically deduct your hero point.
What do I right click?
Your text box that says society check.
Oh, okay.
You see it?
Yes, reroll and keep the new result.
Yes.
There should be an option that says use a hero point as well.
Well, with an 11, didn't target her thing because she's got it on her sheet. Maybe it's because it was a reroll that wasn't targeted originally. Yeah, you're wowing her with her stories, and she's. It's kind of going. You're telling her the story of how. Would you prefer that I call you Dim, or do you want me to call you Ulrich?
He goes by Dim nowadays.
Okay, okay, cool. So, you telling me the story of how Dim defeated somebody in the duel, but she is not letting you finish. She's like, oh, and then what? And then what happened? And oh, that's so awesome. And he swung around with a sword like that. Wow! And she's just not letting you finish the story. So you didn't do anything to like ruin the influence you already had with her, but you didn't further your influence with that 11. Ross, you've wowed the barbarian directly across from you with your strength. What would you like to do this turn?
And I talk with her further.
And at this point, the greens are taken away, and then large plates of various meat, ranging from roast mutton, duck, and chicken. It's a platter of meat just spread across the middle of the table for people to take at their leisure. Amiri is excited for the meat. But what are you going to say to her? And what are you going to try to roll?
I guess I would say. I'm thinking. Can I give her a gold coin and some of my rations in exchange for some information? Since I do have 8 rations in my backpack.
So I'm going to be straight here. She's probably going to be more into the non-dried food on the table currently.
That makes sense. I guess money wouldn't entice either.
It could.
You know, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah. So,
I guess. Oh,
go ahead.
you can continue. I guess oh, I guess I'll flip a gold coin to her and be like, "This is a token of our friendship for a little bit. Exchange. Can you give me some information?"
Between bites, well, maybe. Wow, what are we doing?
I'll give you two. I'll give you 2 gold pieces.
She just said maybe. What do you need? Through.
Some key information about the journey ahead. Dangers. Where we should be looking out for.
On the way, I'm from a different land, but on the way here, through food. I'm not gonna do that too much longer. It's hard to talk like that. uh, I came from a land of snow, so I don't know much about the stolen lands. But on the way here, there was a large boar. I had to fight and kill it with my bare hands. So probably more large boar. Maybe bandits too.
That must have been a glorious battle. Thank you for the information. I'll leave you to your food.
You're welcome. Is there anything you would like to roll to influence? Or is that more of a discover? We could say that's a discovery roll.
Yeah, I guess that's just...
So you can roll either perception, society, or warfare lore if you have it. If you're rolling perception, roll it directly. Well, you don't have to roll it directly to me on this, as far as hidden, because nobody else is going to make the same roll.
Alright, well, I'll roll perception. I guess I'll do that. Let's do that. Oh.
You'll see, nothing really comes across outside of maybe that you get the sense that she likes things that are strong, which I think you've already come across. Deirdre. Your turn.
I mean, I'm just continuing my conversation with Harim.
You're gonna continue with Harim?
Yes. Tell me, Harim, is there particular reasons for these dwarven ruins you're interested in? Or it's just a general interest in them? Is it family? Like, is there a family in their stolen lands? Before?
I'm not there for any family reason, but before all succumbs to dust, I want to rediscover some lost ruins, and I bring them to the light so that they can see the light before all turns to dark.
Interesting. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's best not to forget the past.
Indeed. Is there a role you would like to make, Deidre? To continue influencing him?
Sure, why not?
Go ahead.
Would that be society or?
No. The one you did last time that you succeeded on was,
Occultism?
yeah, your occultism. That's fine. You could do that again if you want, or you could try a different role. It might have a higher or lower DC.
Screw it with occultism since I'm probably just, you know, feeling his vibes.
Okay. As you two vibe over the end of the world, you critically succeed. Well, this has been a pleasant chat. I really hope that when Grodius comes for us all, he comes for you last.
He moves out of the table.
And Here, take this. He hands you an item, a potion in a red. It looks to be a liquid in a red coloring in a glass bottle. And let me see if I remember how to move items to people. Oh, maybe I can move it from Harim. Oh, they don't put it on his stupid thing in here. Search items.
I got red potion.
You can mark it. You can mark down a lesser healing potion. I will
Potion.
get that to you in a second.
I just put red potion, lesser healing. Item red potion.
I didn't think someone would get 3 points that quick. And I believe I can just actors drag and drop that onto Deirdre. That work? Or should you?
I got.
okay.
I assume we're going to pop on these consumables, which I don't see it yet.
Yes.
It can be dragged into her inventory.
Oh,
From the compendium if you need to.
it's got to be from the to the inventory. There we go.
Yeah,
Thank
there
you.
we go.
Sorry, first time running this. Apologies. So, you now have a lesser healing potion. Congratulations, Deirdre.
Woohoo!
And more time passes. As we go back up to the top of the round, the meat has been eaten, and the food's starting to be taken away, and now the desserts are brought out. Sweetbreads, rolls, cakes
We get sweet rolls.
litter the table, and they're there for you to partake in. Or Pip, you're up.
As my judge family would say, look at all this schleck on the table.
I imagine Orpip's probably already very deep in the cake.
I'm personally, I kind of be like kind of picking at it.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I'm not exactly. I'm actually quite lean.
Yeah, Orpip's got like sprinkles in his beard now and everything. You see his pupils get really tiny as you can see the sugar high hitting him like a brick wall. And he'll talk a little more to the night lady in front of him. I want to know a little bit more about her. What do I ask though? So I learned that the Lord the Center wants to spread his influence, right?
Say again, I couldn't hear the first part.
I learned that the Lord the Center wanted to spread his influence, right?
Yes.
Alright, and that she's no longer... Well, she's affiliated with Shaylin, but no longer welcome in the churches.
Correct.
I don't feel like that's an appropriate question to ask. No. Orpip's gonna wander. Who's over here?
Oh, I gotta go back to that. Yeah.
I'm connected to someone.
Oh no! How did that happen? Can you now move separately now? Now that I moved you no. What? How is that happening? You can all move separately.
Yeah,
Hold on. How do you link? There's a link between you. I can see the line. For now, just ping who you want to talk to while I'm figuring this.
He's just gonna start wandering, so he's gonna wander over here and see what these people are talking about.
You're just meandering about, listening in on people.
Yeah, well, no, he's making a show of it. Like he's got, like I said, he's covered in cake and like jumping up and buddying up to people, and it's like, hey guys, what are you guys doing here?
Well, these guys who are named Adventurer, they all have the same name. They look at you and they're like, "Oh, we're chatting about our future barony to the west, southwest of here. I'm sure Lady Aldori will grant us a fine charter, and I hope she does for you too. We're just talking about what we're going to do with that. We're we call ourselves the Four Swordsmen.
Four swordsmen. Who came up with the name?
It was adventure here.
Ah, adventurer. Adventurer. Good name. Good name, adventurer. Well, I'll be off. And then he'll start. He'll sprint off. He's beginning his wandering around. I want to go to the top of the table where everybody else is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Up here. I can't.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, I can. No, I can't.
He just jumped over the whole table.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
Orpit
Put it back
sprinted under the table.
Hey.
You,
And
hey,
then-
watch out! You nearly stepped in my white.
Yeah, you bump into like 4 different knees.
He'll prop up on his elbows at the end of the table without a seat. He'll be like up on his tippy toes, and he'll go. It's an awfully large scythe you have on your back.
Yes, it is. It's my weapon of choice. Jathal, pleasure.
Orpip, Degglebeggle, and then he'll shake her hand vigorously.
She's got a good amount of size on you, so it's like you're kind of being shooken around a little bit with a handshake.
Hey, that's okay. And he'll ask her. Oh no! And then he'll say that in passing. I want to talk to the gnome guy. No one's talked to the gnome guy yet. Whoops! I moved everyone.
Okay.
I want to talk to the gnome guy. Ask him what he's doing. Diplomacy on him.
Okay. Well, I am the great Tartusio, future
Oh.
baron of this land. Roll. So what are you saying?
He says, "Great Tartusio."
Yes, the great Tartusio. I'm a powerful wizard, you know.
It will be a name to remember. I can almost assure that. A wizard. I haven't met a wizard before. What are your plans in the? Where do you come from? What are your plans for the future?
Where I come from is of no consequence, but where I'm going is... What would be a good name for my barony to the south? I like Tartland.
The Tartusian Empire.
His eyes get very big when you say Tartusian Empire. He likes that idea, but also roll me a private perception. This one should be private to me.
Gotcha. Let me find my perception.
If you just click the eyeball,
Yeah.
it'll roll private
There it is.
automatically.
Secret. I don't even know what I rolled.
Yep.
That's what makes it secret.
And he seems like he's very excited to talk with you.
Sweet.
And you'll gain an influence with Tartusio.
Nice. Orpip's gonna push his way, like kind of. No, well, he doesn't have a whole lot of manners or anything because he's not expecting enemies. He's gonna like shove his way in between him and the barbarian, and sit next to him.
Okay. Yeah, you scooch in. But that'll be the end of your turn, and we'll move on to Im.
He'll turn to Jathal and say, "Look, please, your sense of unease has been appalling me all night. You simply must tell me what is going on. Believe me, if anyone here, I can assure you, I have friends in low places. Whatever is happening, I can be of assistance." And he'll attempt to use diplomacy.
Okay, roll diplomacy. Okay. Needless to say, I'm not low place. Okay, that's a good one. I'm not much fond of my homeland anymore, and I would appreciate assistance if it comes to it, but I believe I'm capable of handling myself for now, but thank you for the offer. It was very kind. And you see, for the first time, she has a kind of a, like, her guard drops a little bit, and she feels like there's a little bit of a trust there. So, you get an influence with Jathal.
Well, cheer up, Dio. We're not all heartless bastards. Just most of us.
She gives a light chuckle, and a smile comes across her face. Run!
Alright. Team's already cracking Amiri, Harim, and Jathal. And apparently now Tartuccio, too. Oh. Who to take a shot at? Metaphorically.
I mean, you could. It's gonna be kind of scary because, you're kind of surrounded by a lot of people.
Yes.
I roll to persuade with gun.
Alright.
Can you target someone when you do your
yes.
whoever you're trying to talk to? Sadly, Dim, you did that with Jathal, right? You're the
Yeah,
red.
I have her targeted.
Yeah, the thing
It didn't
is,
work.
yeah, because on her she doesn't have a full sheet. She has an NPC sheet, but she has a full sheet in other places. Whereas a few of these actually have full sheets. So I'm just curious on, depending on if you target one of them, if that will trigger it,
I think you might have to use a specific macro.
Might have to. That's something, if it doesn't work, I can look into that in the off time between games. But yes, who would you like to talk with, Ron?
So, noticing that Valerie has been a very meticulous guest thus far. Can I even... Okay. I turn toward her. So, I couldn't help but overhear you're heading off to the Stolen Lands. Seems like a pretty chaotic place. Hoping to bring some order to it?
Yes, hoping to be a part of something that helps those poor stolen lands become a little more, like you said, well-ordered and bring a civilization to it that wasn't there previously. What are you trying to do, Ron?
Buttering her up, saying that that's a fine idea.
Okay. That sounds like diplomacy, unless there's any other thing you'd like to roll.
Alright. Now let's see
There
if
is
this
a basic
targeting works.
action macro for make an impression.
That's true, yeah, if you go into your skills list, there should be one for make an impression. Diplomacy. Well, she kind of feels a little between the small gnome who got way too into his sugar and cake, and then being asked more and more questions. She's feeling a little bit overwhelmed and kind of overstimulated, and look, I appreciate the questioning, but while I'm there to bring order to it, I'm afraid I must finish this meal in peace. You would note that with that 7, she's not super a fan of you.
Alright.
I spelled fan in my notes with 2 N's because I was about to type it or spell out Ron. I'm a genius. Okay. Ross, you're up.
Alright. He's just stuffing his face in with the food right now. But then he turns around and notice the knight, and he got like tons of crumbs on his mouth and whatnot. And I guess he tries to see if they work for someone important.
Roll me a... What would this be? Roll me a society? Or, do you have lore warfare at all?
I don't.
You don't-
I actually don't got any of those skills.
You have no lore skills? Then society would be the best one.
Alright, at a 0, but
Just to recognize who they are. They're just some really heavily armored knights. They're the one at the northeast looks a little fancier than the rest.
he's completely satisfied with his deductive reasoning. Goes back to stuffing his face with food.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, or just continue eating the desserts?
He will
Eating
continue.
contest?
Actually, that would be cool. I guess he goes up and yells, "Anyone who dares challenge me to an eating contest, I will give you 10 gold pieces." Do I even have that?
Doesn't matter.
I don't. Okay, I guess I'll do that. I'll give you 10 gold pieces if you can eat more than me.
And are you saying that to anyone in particular, or is loudly shouting it?
He's loudly shouting.
I mean, Amiri would for sure. Do you actually have 10 gold pieces?
I actually.
You better win.
Oh my god, I'm actually gonna go in debt.
I mean, I'm going to say that it would be if someone took up your challenge and you failed, it would be very, very bad for you to not pay up.
I mean, maybe it's like when you give a gift to a friend and you tell them to return it next time they see you. It's kind of like that, sort of.
If you want, I'm just letting you know, if you want to do that, we'll go with it. Just letting you know in advance.
Like, I really don't want to go into debt that early. I guess not.
Okay.
I mean,
I only got 2 gold pieces on me. Actually, I would think
But
I'd
you
put,
c-
like my
If you do want to have an eating contest, you could. The person across from you is probably someone who would be into it, even if you don't want to do it for coin.
Oh yeah, well, I'll just have an eating contest then.
Yeah, roll.
Anyway.
If you want, go ahead and target Amiri, and then I want you to roll athletics versus her fortitude DC or her athletics DC. Probably fortitude save.
Like this.
wow.
Yeah, with that you succeed, and you guys are just pounding all of the cake. Tartusio is covered in crumbs and in like a pile of them. And he's like shaking them off of his large eyebrows. And we'll say that you get another kick of influence with Amiri.
What a fabulous dessert.
She's still chewing and doesn't have time to respond. You're eating a little bit faster than her, though. And Deirdre, you're up.
Well, given the action I have next to me, I let Harim to his food and drink, and I take just stand up and take a walk.
Okay.
Just stretch my legs a little bit. In the meanwhile, I might pass by the little gnome fellow with the book.
Sure.
So, move, damn you! Graciously, of course.
Was it not letting you move through the table because it's a wall?
No, I just want to do things. I kind of look over at the gnome fellow and try to have a glance at what he's reading, out of curiosity.
Roll to me a perception roll. Secret.
rolled.
So, here's what you know. He's reading a book on magical lore and studying, or magical lore and studies. But something you'll note is that while he is enthusiastically looking at Mr. Degelbegel, he behind his book, he's kind of like fidgeting and like he looks a little fake. Like I don't want to be here. Why am I playing up to this guy? You can get that vibe from him.
So I picture him as being a little fake.
Yes. Like he's not a fan of the of the person that he's pretending to be a fan of.
I can't look over him. Is something bothering you, sir?
I mean, yes, I surrounded by a bunch of people, and I just want to get my kingdom. Kind of my thing. And now you're talking to me, and
He's starting to grumble a little bit.
What did you desire from such a kingdom? What is your goal?
goal, glory. I'll be remembered around the world as the Great Tartouche.
Do you wish me to wait? I could read your palm, see how good your destiny looks. If you like. But I would not if you don't wish me to.
Very well. He nervously kind of sticks out a hand and is glaring at you, like with one eye half closed, like, what are you doing? I don't trust you.
I guess I roll occultism.
Yep. He's as you try to get his vibe from him and try to meld with him with your psychic powers, he's very one note. He's just going on about how great he is in his own mind.
It almost sounds, in the back of my mind, like it almost sounds delicious.
But you do not gain any influence with him.
No, definitely
And
definitely a one-track. You definitely have a one-track mind for this, but I'll let you to your ventures as I continue on.
Yes, please, go.
he kind of shoos you off. Now, a little more time passes, and all of the food is now taken away, and you see people beginning to stir and get ready to depart for the night. So, this might be the final turn.
Back to my seat.
Okay, so, Orpip, for your last action here, what would you like to do?
I don't know. If all the food's gone,
Yep.
he's coming down. He's getting sleepy. He's starting to crash. I don't know. I feel like I've talked to everyone I wanted to talk to.
Yeah, I mean, if you... Oop.
Yeah, I guess I'll just sit there and swing his feet. He didn't bring a booster seat with him, so he's gonna sit and swing his feet on the.
Okay. So you sit there and swing your feet on the under the table.
Yeah.
Jim, for your final action, what would you like to do?
He'll turn back to Magar. Magar! Thoroughly drunk now. Magar! Old boy, come on now. I must, have your word. Because it's quite obvious, you know. I am going to become the Baron of the Stolen Lands. You have Farnhold, and, you know, it's, we've got to stick together. And, he's gonna roll, diplomacy to try to make friends one last
Yeah,
time.
go ahead.
Hopefully Magar's good and drunk too. Should I hero point it? That's what I rolled before. Fuck it. We ball.
We'll roll.
No!
It's worse!
Yeah, I'm sloppy now. I'm
Yeah.
sloppy.
You go and reach, and he's like, my friend, it seems like you're... And he's being rather genuine and polite. My friend, it seems like you're a little too much in your cups. Alliances are best forged with 1 to 2 drinks. And he gives a hearty chuckle, and then he helps steady you. But you do not further influence him.
Alright.
Ron.
Okay. I turn back to Lindsay, who has hopefully calmed down just slightly by now.
She also had a cake plate a few minutes ago. Not as crazy as Orpit, but she's got it. She's definitely got a lot of sugar in her current.
So, if my sources inform me correctly, a lot of bandits down in the Stolen Lands. Imagine how much... Imagine all the glorious battles of fighting them off. The swashbuckling, the stealth, the outmaneuvering.
Oh wow, that does sound like a lot. That's kind of impressive. What would you like to roll?
Would society make sense?
The news of the region, I would allow it. Yeah, I would allow it. But, so something you've done in a previous turn doesn't have to be successful, is you used a turn telling about heroic accomplishments or goals. So you get a +2 bonus on checks to influence that. So, roll society, but also add a +2, I believe, circumstance bonus? That sounds like a lot of... Oh, that's gonna be... so many battles, it's gonna be cool. What is the roll? Oh... Yeah, I got this. So you called him, if I recall, by his name, right? Ulrich, earlier?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So, that sounds like fun. If I'm there, I'll definitely write stories about you and Ulrich killing all the bad guys and how tales of swashbucklery and fighting and how it's gonna be a lot of fun. You're right. And you do gain another influence with Lindsay.
All right.
Why did I give Lindsay a spot on here? Okay. Anyway. Final turn for Roz.
I don't think he's gonna do anything this turn. He's just expecting it as a weapon right now. He's not really great in these types of conversations.
And as you do that, I have good news for you. You've also achieved 3 influence points. With Amiri. So while you're inspecting your weapon, you hear a thunk as a dagger is placed right in front of you into the table.
What is this? May I ask?
Larger weapons are more my bag. You've impressed me, small one, Ross. So this is yours.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
I'll see you in the Stolen Lands. Oh, why'd I give her that level at the end? Anyway, so that item...
Hey. With her hand.
What?
He shakes her hand before
Yeah, she gives you
thanking her.
a good hearty handshake as well. And you have Go to my compendium. I'll do this during the break, but I know the item you'll have. You have a nice dagger, friend. And we'll go to break shortly after this ends for like 5 minutes. But for the final turn, Deirdre.
I was I kind of just enjoy the company of Harim, and we're just kind of. I'll just have a drink and just enjoy each other's company while we wait.
You're both successfully vibing in doomed energy.
Yes, why not?
So for a jape, I'm going to put doomed on both of you.
Just for shits and giggles.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. As you're all talking, you're having a few drinks and talking about the morose. And that will end that.
Can we take the doom thing off?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I did that for a jape. Let me go to the page for this now. The 2 hours have passed. I gotta change the music for this. As the rain starts to intensify and thunder starts to take hold, Lady Jamandi rings a bell. My friends, I hope you enjoyed the food and drink this evening. Your words are quickly met with claps and cheers of the enthusiastic crowd. It takes a few moments for the room to grow quiet once again. Smiling broadly, she continues, You honor me. Truly, this night is for you. As heroes, you have responded to my call, and I can't wait to hear tales of your exploits in the weeks and months to come. Tomorrow, I shall speak with you about your individual charters. I suspect it'll be a busy day, so we make an early evening of it. After all, you have kingdoms to plan. She lets out a light chuckle. But, you have more pounding of drinkware on the tables in approval. One notably shatters rather loudly. The guy sheepishly kind of looks awkward. Lady Jamandi gestures to the large double doors to the east and west. Of course, I've arranged bedchambers for all of you. My guards will escort you to them now. I hope you find them restful. We shall speak further tomorrow when we meet here back here at sunrise. Lady Jamandi and the Lord Mayor leave the hall. Whoosh. You hear, most of the people are starting to get up and be ushered to their rooms. You hear Megavan go, Oh no, I'm fine. I must journey back to Rostov to my estate. I do appreciate the offer, though. And he gives you a pat on the back again. I hope to see you again soon, my friend.
Yes. Have a safe journey.
He gives you a head nod and he leaves. Okay, so you're all invited to a room in the western end of the manor. Let me load this up.
I'll tell you what, that bastard's cold as ice.
Oh, wait. Eastern end, not western. I'm dumb. Activate.
Where should we drag our tokens?
I gotta figure out which one.
We have no I don't have no
Yeah.
tokens. Those no tokens to be seen. I can't see.
We are blind.
It's just immersive sleep.
Yeah, it's because you're all asleep. You're all led to this room
Yay.
here.
Why are we stuck in the same room?
There are 2 bunk beds and 2 regular beds here, enough room for 6.
Hey, the dormitory.
And this is where we'll...
Where's my token issue?
Are you having a token issue again?
No, I just said top bunk.
Oh, top bunk, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll just take a single bed.
And...
Taking,
Go ahead, sorry.
I was just saying I'll be taking this one.
Or Pip, you want the top or bottom bunk?
Pip? You might be muted.
Oh,
But he said top bunk earlier,
okay.
excitedly.
Yeah. More comfortable closer to the earth anyway.
I kind of feel uncomfortably being surrounded by a bunch of people sleeping.
Yeah, Orpip would scream top bunk and sprint into the room.
Yeah.
Nazir
Well,
is definitely asleep
they call it
on the
shotgun.
floor.
Before even knowing whether or not there was a top bunk, you already called top bunk.
Yeah, yeah.
Or whether or not
Yeah,
there were bunk beds.
He's physically vibrating from all the sugar.
And with that, it seems like a good place to take a 5 to 10 minute break and then reconvene for the next part of this chapter. So if
Cool.
anyone needs to do anything, now is the time.
Bow chart. Should I do something about that background?
Probably yes, but we can work it out after this set, like in the between times.
Is it just on my screen, or is my token image different?
Yeah, mine is too. I'm not sure what happened.
Oh, that's weird. It's got like your old image. Why?
So like that was supposed to be like the art on the character sheet. I made a token.
right
But
back.
now the
Yeah.
token is the art on the character sheet, and the character sheet art is the token. So I don't know. I don't think I can change it myself. I've tried to look around in like the configure box.
I can
It just says-
I can probably just copy paste you from the other map.
Yeah, that would be good.
Temporarily deleted.
I wonder if
Nope,
the
nope.
tokenator module would help. Actually, not module. What is? Yeah, that module would help.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to the restroom. I shall return shortly.
Yes, I'll be right back.
Can you test your stuff, Nibble? Make sure you can move your guy, or did you already leave? Hey. Okay, so it does work.
Yeah,
That's weird.
I'm gonna go use the. But the game is wonderful so far, honestly.
Thank you. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Click view scene. And copy our friend Dim. Why do I keep alt tabbing like it's a different? Okay. Boop. Okay. But yes, anyone watching will be right back. Taking a little 5-minute break. Boop.
Okay, I'm back.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Oh, sorry.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. It was indeed a dark and stormy night.
Time is this? What time are we ending?
Uh, my my time like 11:30 probably, so we've got like an hour and a half.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was just checking because I couldn't remember.
Yeah, normally I do like 3.5 hours and then like wind down if people have questions.
Okay.
I think what we're waiting on AJ now, and then we'll be ready to go.
Possibly. Judging by the music, either something dangerous happened, or somebody had a little too much to drink and tripped.
Sorry, yeah, I was trying to figure out like what all the sub sounds were, and it made stuff. But yeah, somebody just passed out probably.
Yeah, it sounded like something from Tactics.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not even close to Earth.
Oh, near 3 a.m. The time a person is closest to death.
I don't know. There's the midnight hour where you literally go inside of a coffin for an hour.
Yo, yo.
I'm back.
Oh, welcome back.
Dude, putting the moves on Amiri. By the way, I'm curious. Do you stream the breaks as well?
Yes, I have it. I just had it for a bit on a BRB's little panel thingy.
Okay.
Best viewers from this guy. Oh, that sounds like a wonderful idea. Let's ban him. Unban him so I can ban him again. I've done that for my phone, it would have been easier. So we got everyone here now?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure.
Wanted back.
Blue, are you back?
No, I heard Blue a minute ago.
I'm here.
Yes.
Okay. And AJ, you're in? Guess not.
Yeah, seems to be the case.
Okay, so let me get you your item. In the meantime, Endium browser equipment.
Oh, by the way,
Yes.
I'd like to nominate Ran for a hero point. We've been playing for 2 hours.
Yeah.
For being a team player and bigging up a fellow party member.
Okay, yeah. So, Ran, you get a hero point back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I get another hair point? No.
No.
We're just handing them out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing the lookup. That's why it's not working. Okay, so you drag your dagger in, and then first I just added dagger to the chat. Baron, do you know how to apply a rune to somebody's dagger?
Yes. So, is it already in his inventory?
Yes, I just put it there.
Okay, you'll want to open up the description of it.
Yes.
And, well, let me open up my character sheet so I can walk myself through this more logically. So, you see where it says edit item, looks like a pencil and notepad.
Oh, it's the pencil, that's right. Yep, I did that. Then details. Yeah, I didn't really do this in the compendium. There it is. You have a +1 dagger that you got from Amiri.
I imagine her developing an Australian accent momentarily and saying, "Now this is a knife."
It's a knife. Okay, so everyone's back. Let's set the scene. This room that you're in has 4 beds, a dresser, an oil lamp attached to the center of the south wall, and several potted plants. Decorative brass brazier forged to resemble a sleeping red dragon sits in one corner. This thing. Shortly after 3 a.m., I got bad news. You're startled awake by a sound. Like
Kind of sound.
someone cries out in pain.
The fucking hell is
Or
that?
people jump off the top bunk.
Dim, you awake?
Oh,
The ball leaps out of his bed.
I
can
got started to wake up, everybody else waking up. Was like, what's going on?
I put my ear up against the door and hear if anything's going on out there?
Yes, let me get them. Because I think that's where the roll's at. Oh, I didn't need to put these guys on. I have to activate them.
I'm not
Go ahead and
even
roll a
hungover yet.
With Orpip, you don't hear much of everything. It does sound like there's a few footsteps out there, but that could just be the guards.
So, is anyone opposed to me quietly opening the door?
I have no objections.
I draw my bow.
And I'll quietly push it open.
Ball's already.
As you're doing this, important to note, if you're wearing armor, you will have to get re-armored, because unless it has the comfortable trim.
Is that true for light armor as well?
Light armor takes just a minute, so you have a little bit of time to just throw it on real quick. It's the medium and heavy armor that takes time.
And I scramble to get my leather armor on.
It didn't take
I
me very
got
long. I have very
those,
simple armor on.
Oh.
Yeah, just have a chain shirt. So grab it and just.
Okay, so you throw it on, and you're trying to be stealthy and peek out here.
We're just trying to not necessarily be completely unnoticed, but I guess stealth.
Yeah,
I'm not trained in stealth, but
Yeah, if you're peeking out, roll a stealth.
+0. Here we go. Come on. Hey.
18. You quietly peek the door open.
May I forgive me one thing?
Go ahead.
I would like to start my first case.
Okay, yes. So, what is your case that you're on the hunt for?
The source of the scream.
Okay. The case of the sudden scream.
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Since I have medium armor, how long does it take for me to put it on?
About 10 minutes for medium armor. So you wouldn't be able to use medium armor right now.
With help, doesn't it have it with help?
Uh,
Helps him?
have it, so 5 minutes? Do you want to take 5 minutes?
I mean, Orpip would. Because Orpip knows he can't defend himself.
I am pretty fragile.
If he could push anyone else in front of him that looks like they can handle themselves, he's gonna help.
As you peek open the door, you see men clad in leathers, wielding daggers, and it looks like a small crossbow, patrolling the hallway.
I'll relay that. And I'll step to the side if anyone wants to look or go out before Orpip.
We need to decide right now. We're gonna wait for him to put on his armor.
I'll
Well,
go whatever the group decides.
yeah, probably best to give him a moment.
Yeah, Orpip will assist.
Right?
As you
We
do,
each take a piece.
let's do, just so you guys know how to do this, because you're trying to do this hastily, a chance to, I guess, do the aid action. So, well, no, we'll just do it, because if you're doing it that way. I was gonna have everyone roll athletics to just try to hurry it up. Yeah, go ahead and roll athletics to see how quickly you're able to assemble it.
All of us, or just one?
Whoever wants to help Ross put the armor on.
I am not used to putting armor on tiny beings. I crit fail, and I don't have a roll
Fuck,
point.
I'm not. It has athletics, right? Let's try. Why not?
Are you sure this is a chest piece? It looks like an arm piece. No, you're doing it wrong. It's this way. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
And I assume you went back in to do that and you shut the door.
Yeah.
As you're just finishing getting the armor on him, because you got two successes, you hear, Hey lads, I hear some people clambering about up here.
All right. No,
They're
you don't.
obviously on to us. Probably best if we head out there.
Switch with me, Pip.
We're tethered. I can't. I'm tethered to someone. I can't.
Are you still tethered? What is happening here?
We are.
Letting drawing tools. What if I... Wait, hold on. It's got to be a token rule thing. Us, represented actor, blah, 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 blah. Appearance, vision, light resources. You have control over his token? Is that it? Let me go to... Pip. This is so weird. Alliance party, share basic on arm attack, no. How did this happen?
Beats me.
More
Meant
than one
to be
person.
my battle buddy.
What happened?
More than one person have control of Nabal's token.
That's what I looked at. I see token name
I can
represent
move it
actor.
myself.
Which one's control again? I don't see it under identify token. Hovered by owner, Nabal, link actor data.
Excuse me. What?
Configure ownership Nabal. Oh, yep. Somehow that happened. You're right. Gotcha. Okay, you should be good now. I fixed it.
Alright.
All right.
Apologies, everyone. But yeah, you should have full control of just your character, or Pip.
It says now there's 4 of them, and it gave me a little red message at the top. Let me refresh. Oh. Loading.
You're good. It'll give me time to do this. So, for everyone else, considering that you heard the noise from just outside the door, I'm going to ask everyone to give me a roll that makes sense to them for initiative. Usually perception. It's still got an encounter list that's open.
Can I kick open the door with athletics?
Yeah, get a surprise.
Yeah, I mean it's the same roll. It's the same bonus. It's just flavor.
Yeah, sure. You can roll for athletics. Let me add you all into the encounter mode. Oh, I deleted you from encounter mode. You rolled.
Oh, no.
Oh well, I rolled a 23.
Given that the bandits suspect we're in here, and this is a cramped space, I'm going with perception.
Okay. I'll move you to a 23 again. You said 23, right?
Yeah, that's what I rolled the first time. I'll roll
Yeah.
so I have a number.
But you'll be in the 23rd
Oh,
spot.
apply to steal perception as well.
Yep.
Be in the
Go.
corner.
Ah. Tempered.
Or Pip.
Look on the dice. I like toss on the dice.
Oh.
Do do do.
I thought I rolled it. I'm sorry.
May have been before I had you in the encounter mode. Did you have a roll on there?
And boom.
So, where's Dim? Moving you up here. So, Dim, you kick in the door, and you see a black tier cut. You see two cutthroats, daggers armed to your left and right.
How about you? And just charges at the first one. Doesn't ask any questions. Doesn't look at anybody. You're a masked guy in Lady Jamadi's estate. You're gonna die. We'll figure out what happens afterwards.
Okay.
So he's going to attempt to tumble through.
Okay. So you get the move action, and then you can make an acrobatics check to try to dodge through him.
Alright, so that's a stride. And I will go.
Yeah, for sure that's a success.
So I get panache.
On that shape.
And then I'm going to dueling parry into confident finisher.
Okay.
So like that open the door, shoulder, check him to the side, roll past him, and then turn around, stab him in the back.
Okay. Go ahead and make that attack roll. And it hits. You tumble through and then stab him when he wasn't expecting it. Go ahead and roll that damage. As you stab straight into his back. You hear a gurgle, and then he slumps off of your sword to the ground.
Nice.
As a swordsman, get him! You hear one of the other two shout.
Come on!
And is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, so
That's 3 actions.
Yep. You should have an in-turn button.
The turn is currently on Deidre.
Oh, because I rolled. Yep.
There you go.
There you go. Sorry. How did I get the Deidre? Maybe because me shuffling the stuff. My bad. Okay. This black tier cutthroat. He's gonna. Well, let me delete this man. He's gonna run at you and stab me with a knife, realizing all too late that, wow, there's a lot of people in that room and he's leaving himself in a vulnerable position. So he runs at you with his first action, and then he's going to try to stab you with a dagger. God, he's got a lot of daggers. Let's choose this one.
Stabby, stabby, stabby.
And he swings and he misses.
I get panache from that.
This
I
man's...
parries it to the side.
You parry it to the side. He's like, this man's tricky, but he wouldn't expect a second dagger with the agile trait. Getting only a -4 penalty. Or he would. You did indeed.
Is that truly the best you can do?
He's still staying in that square. He starts panically backing away from you as much as he can in a 5-foot square. That is the end of his go. So Ross, you're up.
Right. I already activated my rage. With my reaction.
Yep.
Alright. I'll go behind the guy.
And I believe when we tested this, it put them in off guard automatically, correct? When we tested this yesterday?
Yep.
So let's
It
see
don't
if
show
this...
us, but it shows you.
Okay, let's see if that works. Go ahead and target him and try to smack him, I'm assuming using them all.
Alright, yeah. I'm gonna smack him in the ribs. Oh.
A critical hit! Because his defense was indeed lowered by 2 from the off guard. As you smack him for 38 points of damage. Describe what your critical hit looks like.
So I smack his ribs. I guess the force of my maul just makes his whole body explode.
Just imagine this little 3-foot creature running around with this hammer.
Yeah, so you smack him in, like, towards the wall. His body explodes and his head falls onto the floor with his boots, and that's about it. For the first critical hit of the session, I'll give you a hero point.
Nice.
That man received a little more than a gentle ribbing.
Yes. I believe you still have an action left. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I guess I'll go this way and see if there's anything.
You see one other member of the same cutthroats as this. Oh, I forgot to apply the damage. Whoops. To the other guy. He's extremely dead. Not bad. But yes, you see one other man here. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Can you press intern then? And then we'll move on to Ron. Ron, you're up.
Do you say anything?
Oh yeah, do you?
I have
I guess.
heard my companions deal some death outside, and I saw Ross heading left. So I'm assuming the action's behind him. 2, 3. Now, I know I've got another square I could move, but would it make sense to peek around the corner and shoot, or should I step a little farther left?
I would say because of that angle, he's going to have cover.
Okay.
So yeah, I would move there where it's a straight line because you're like right at the wall.
I see this fellow.
Okay.
I'm going to devise a stratagem.
Okay, go ahead and devise a stratagem. Think. A 6.
Woo.
I don't think that's very good.
But
However, I do get to recall knowledge.
and it's free if I recall.
Yes.
You
I'm
called that-
going out on a limb and thinking society is an applicable skill.
Could be.
Alright, let's give it a shot. Oh, nice and private. What the hell? Oh, it should have been blind GM roll.
Yeah.
My mistake. I am so sorry.
You're good, man. You are good. So let me. So you would know just from his garb that he's a member of a street gang from New Stettvin, or Port Ice. There was a merger, and they formed the Black Tears. They're cutthroats and thieves known to dabble in kidnapping, extortion, assassination, and the sale of illicit substances. Now, wow, it's like, got a critical success. So, what questions do you have for me about him?
I would like to know the weakest save, and does it have any resistances?
Well, he's not particularly strong-willed, and he is. I mean, maybe his weakness is that he only knows common. Or, sorry, yeah, he doesn't have any resistances, though.
Okay. Couldn't think of anything else relevant at the moment.
All good.
Alright, so that's 2 of my actions. Oh, also, because the recall knowledge was a critical success, anyone who does an attack roll on them until the start of my next turn gets a +1 on your first attack. That
And
goes
is
for everyone.
that status or circumstance or what?
Circumstance.
Okay. So, you still have 1 action left then.
Given my odds, I'm going to step back.
My work here is done. That's spectacular.
And onto Orpip.
Or Pip Diggle Bagel.
Alright, finally untethered. He's gonna go out in the hallway. Alright, what do I see out here? Okay, those two seem capable. So that's 5, 10, 15. I don't want to split. I will cast. I'll give guidance to. Oh my God, what's his name? Roz. Is what I will do. And that's it. I think I'm gonna stay right there. Central location. Yeah, that's it. You get a +1 to an attack roll, perception check, or a saving throw, or a skill check. Roz?
That's status, isn't it?
+1 status bonus to one
Oh,
attack roll,
good.
perception check, saving
So
throw, or skill
function.
check.
If he uses it for an attack roll, he'd have functionally 2 more points. One's from circumstance, one from status.
Now where's the end turn button?
It's on the double swords icon. Click on that, and it should bring up the initiative list, and then at the bottom you should be able to click in turn.
The double swords.
On the right side of the screen, there's a list of icons. going left to right near the top.
Yes, the encounter
Oh,
tab.
gotcha.
Also,
gotcha.
didn't you still have one action left?
Yeah, I was gonna hold.
Oh, okay,
I was
cool.
just gonna stay right there.
All good. Next up, Black Tier Cutthroat is. I hate when it does this. Let me see the entire environment. Get me off clicking a single token. There we go. He sees this small red man with a giant hammer charging towards him, and he's covered in blood. So he is not happy. He is going to drop his dagger as a free action and draw his short bow and take a shot at Ross and then run, probably. So let me do that. Target Ross. Short, or hand crossbows, sorry. He shoots, and he misses. Wow, these guys are not having a good day. This is only one of them. And he starts running away. 5, 10, 15, 20, what does he have, 25? Yes, 25. Oh no! The panic in his eyes as he sees another person here. Will end his turn. Let me hit the button. There it is. Deirdre.
Oh, see, I just see everybody run out of the room, and I just hear swords swinging and people dying.
Yes.
So I pretty much just gracefully make my way out of the room and see what's going on because I can't see much. I see. I would follow where the most of the party went. Over here. I don't see much else I can do at the moment. What did I miss?
Bandits. Should be one that way.
And is that 2 moves? Do you still have an action left? Is there anything else you'd like to do? Or?
I don't know what else I'm going to do, really.
Okay. Then go ahead and press in turn. We'll move back up to the top of the order with Dim. Deirdre?
Oh, what?
You press in turn.
How? Oh, where?
Encounters tab at the very top, and then it should be towards the bottom. Appreciate it. Dim, you're up.
Sorry, I was muted. I'll delay until after Ross.
Okay. So you just want to drop in turn order?
Yep, till after Ross.
Okay, that's done. Well, I guess I should do this, then next turn to Ross, and then do that. Okay. You are successfully delayed. Ross, you're up.
Oh, I didn't see that he was right here. I thought he was over there.
Oh, did you want to undelay then?
Yeah. I'll run it to the other side of him.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm on a trackpad, so it's really hard to zoom out. I end up turning my token.
Yeah, and it's also kind of dark in the room, so.
And I can't move.
Where would you want to be on the other side of him? I can move it for you.
Yeah. I don't know why I can't move. That's weird. Or target anything for that matter.
You might want to reboot.
I'll refresh.
Yeah.
I must have DC'd or something. Alright. I hate to do this, but it looks like it's going to be a while before I can get back in. I don't know what happened.
Okay. So we'll just delay you.
Oh, wait. I'm in.
Oh,
I'm in.
okay. You're good. Let's see.
Literally, The moment I said that, it worked.
That's how it always goes, I think. Okay. You have control.
All right. Yes, I can move now. Yay.
Oh.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Okay. And you're targeting him?
Target Eldori Perry for 1.
Okay, and don't forget you have the circumstance bonus for the recall knowledge.
Okay. So this is from the devised stratagem. What is it called? Ram?
The move's called Known Weaknesses.
Alright.
So if I critically succeed at Recall Knowledge, everybody gets a +1 circumstance bonus in the next attack.
Hey.
Natural 20 for a total of 28. Almost.
Wow.
There's low damage on the die, but it's still doubled and it's precise. That's not good for old Larry, the Black Tear Cutthroat. So how do you end him?
He just like runs up behind him, grabs like the tip of his cloak and just pulls him backwards onto the tip of his sword and like runs it through his chest and then picks him up, looks at him in disgust and then turns his wrist and lets him fall off.
The only sound he gets is a and then you do just that as he is extremely killed by massive damage. Oop, and that will end the encounter. Let's switch to less battling music.
He filches the pouch on as the guy falls to the ground. Really? You died for 5 silver pieces? And then drops the pieces onto him.
Okay, so let me describe the room you're in. You're in a large hall with polished marble floor. Several potted plants line the walls and tapestries depicting woodland hunting scenes adorn the east wall. You notice to the east that there is a dead body of an Eldori guard. Oh, I'm not in target mode. There's target mode.
Are we out of combat now, right?
You are out of combat, correct. Back in exploration.
Does anyone have the light spell? I could use a bit.
I do have
more
the light spell. I'll cast it on my flail, which is sheathed.
Okay. So go
White light.
Sorry.
It's gonna be a white light.
Okay, go ahead.
Foot radius.
If you drop it on yourself, it might illuminate the room.
Yeah, it will illuminate the room through. So just drag that spell effect light onto your character.
Bonk.
My eyes!
It's so bright. It is so bright. Okay.
My eyes kind of sting just from the thought of it. It's like, oh my goodness, so much light.
Yeah, don't look directly at the priest, folks. Oh. Yeah, this guy had a real number done on him. I would like to examine the body.
Okay. What are you examining for?
I'm trying to determine how he died. I mean, it's probably easy to figure out, but I want to know for sure.
Oh, I'm a doctor.
Roll me a medicine roll since you're trained in that.
All right.
To figure out his cause of death.
That, let me see, I've got a another feat that helps with this. Let me double check its function.
Yeah, you definitely should. And you should also have possibly your case study too.
Oh yes, the case of what was that noise? Okay. So this should shorten the time from whatever it would be to half. Usually 5 minutes is the shortest. Okay, so medicine check, and I suppose the +1 from being on the case.
Yes, correct. Well, good news. Yeah, it's pretty easy to determine the cause of death. Multiple stab wounds. You got stabbed maybe 5 or 6 times. With that roll, though, you can't quite tell which is the last one that did it. But
Plus stab wounds.
you think this might have been the crux of your case.
All right. Case closed.
And as you go over him, you notice he has all of the Eldori guards have chainmail, and they carry a longsword, a dagger, and a light crossbow. And since you're the one examining, do you see that flat check DC5 down there on the dice at the very bottom right? The actual
yeah.
dice. Can you roll that for me? So, attached to his hip is a red potion. It's clearly labeled as a minor healing potion. And I can drag that onto your character if you want, or do you want to hand it to somebody else? Seems the guard didn't have a chance to down it before he took those other 4 stab wounds.
I'll pocket it for now. When things calm down more, I might pass it off to someone else.
You open your sheet, your inventory, and then drag that onto you. You have a minor healing potion. Congratulations.
Woo!
Okay. Journal tabs again. To your north and south, you see portcullises for guard stations. And then there's also one here as well. Oh, I can't ping because I'm in journal mode. Yeah. This portcullis it's a heavy iron portcullis that seems to have blocked off those 3 paths where you see the lock icon. Wait, do you see the lock icons from your end?
No.
Okay. So the door directly to your north, I'll ping all 3. Because while it's this door, it's pretty obvious that a giant portcullis is a locked door. So those 3 are blocked off.
Well, wherever our intruders came from, it probably wasn't these doors.
So what would you like to do?
Check the other way, I guess.
Sounds good to me. Don't mean to be extra pedantic or anything, but I'm starting a new case. How'd they get in here?
Well, I'm going to solve that for you right now and let you pick a different case. Beyond the portcullis to the south, the wall was clearly smashed in. It looks like they got in from that entrance before the portcullis sealed. So something did the security system, which lowered all the portcullises. Oh, hold on. We opened a door. Okay, let me read up this room. This is you walk in and see 5 corpses here. 2 female humans, a male human, a male dwarf, and a male elf. Can I do this for everybody? Oh, actually, yes. Let me see, let me try this. I can do. Hold on, everybody, stay still for a second. I can do a deception for everyone, secret. Good. Private. It should set the private for all, but it doesn't. Ah.
I'm not seeing any indication. It just says you're rolling some dice privately.
Yes. So all of you notice on the elf that there's a nice silver ring on his finger.
Okay.
Are there any iconography to this ring?
Uh,
Like a symbol or something?
doesn't seem to have any symbols on it. It's just a well carved, well made silver ring worth probably about 15 gold pieces.
I look amongst the group. Well, they're not gonna need this, and going forward, we're gonna need funding. What do you think?
Take it as an advance for figuring out who did this and taking revenge.
It's for me.
It would be a waste not to get it.
But other than that, it doesn't seem like there's much in this room.
Well, I guess we take the ring.
Back out into the hole.
Just figured it might be nice to know that there's no more of them behind us.
It's definitely worth checking on. Ron, it was you who took the ring, right? Before you do anything further in that next room, let me drag that onto you. I wish there was a quick drag. Oh, I guess I could open Party Stash. That's probably the easiest way.
Yeah, there is a module where you can just drag onto tokens.
Get that one. Done. Sorry, everyone. I'm new to running this, so I'm trying to figure.
Oh no.
Did it work?
Okay, I've got the ring.
Hey, it works. I got the module. Good job. Okay. So as you walk into this room, 3D, currently empty, but you see fresh bloodstains hinting at recent violence. Doesn't seem like there's anything in here. If you want, any of you can roll a private perception check to me.
Oh,
Sure,
I
why
most
not?
definitely want to.
Just make sure you hit the secret eye.
Yep.
I did that for everyone when I highlighted all the tokens instead of me having to select secret for each. I could have done it easier. Okay, yeah, you all come to the conclusion that there's nothing really in this room of any note. It seems to have been cleared.
Bloodstains, but no bodies.
Peculiar.
Sounds like a case.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
The case of the unexplained bloodstains.
Okay. In room 3B here. This room here has no bodies in it, although 2 of the beds are soaked with blood and a severed human hand lies right here in the middle of the floor. You can see it on the map. The adventurers housed here must have been killed in their sleep and then drug away. Further going into your mystery that's afoot. Again, if you want, you can make me perception rolls. Or do we want to just use the perception rolls from the previous rooms for this area?
I mean, we could each take a room.
Yeah, that's also an option.
Yeah, should we each have a look at one of these rooms and then see what's going on? Wake anybody else up and then head out?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
All right, so I've done a room already, so you guys are
Yeah.
find a room.
Two
I'll
small
take
ones
this.
will do this room.
Okay. So for the top center room, you can give me a roll since you were the one up there. Uh, Yeah, Dim, if you want to give me a roll for the top center room, and then I'll describe what the two people in the other rooms are saying. Don't open the side door on the left yet.
Alright, I was confused when I was off. Alright.
Okay. So we gotta go room by room here. So, Dim, you see kicked under one of the beds in the top center room a longsword and a bag of some sort.
Hmm. Interesting. Doesn't look like the longsword that anyone was wearing at the banquet.
Nothing recognizable about it.
Well, I'll snag it.
Okay, so you'll take them both. Let me drag these onto you. You have a longsword and a tanglefoot bag. And now let's go, I guess, clockwise. So bottom left room. Deirdre and Ran. You're in room number... Cool. This room is currently empty here, but the beds do show signs of being slept in. Roll me... You two rolled perception already, right?
Earlier, do you want us to roll it again?
Sense dim. So, yes, roll again. And then, Ross, you already rolled for the top left room, and then we'll have Orpip roll for that room too. And then I'll get to that after this. Deirdre, you don't see anything in this room that you're in, but Rand, you, using your incredible detective skills, notice, a like a lute string that's been on the ground, that's laying on the ground near one of the beds. Maybe this was Lindsay's lute. Maybe this is the room where she was in with maybe some of the others.
Well, if this was Lindsay's, good thing we aren't seeing any blood here. Maybe she got away.
And now for the top left room. We have Ross with that, and or Pip, if you would like to roll me a perception as well, then I'll describe the room. This room has 5 corpses. Wait, no, I did. Oh, I did one of the rooms in reverse order. Whoops. So this is... Oh no, they just have similar layouts. No, never mind. Sorry. There are 5 corpses in this room. 2 male humans, 2 female dwarves, and a male halfling. With your perception check, you notice that a minor healing potion is tucked under the halfling's pillow.
I'll take it.
And where the thing is, and then drag that onto Orbit. Okay. So you guys all reconvene now in this nice hallway.
So, what'd everybody find?
A minor healing potion and dead bodies.
Oh, yeah, I came across a healing potion as well. I look at Orpip. I'm pretty sure you and I are decent at, well, treating people anyway. Anybody else want to carry this potion? I'm referring to the one Ran has.
Well, you know me and my tendencies. I'm happy to take one.
My pleasure. So I'd like to transfer my potion over, please.
Yeah, I can take care of that. So I was working something else for this. So Orpip, you're trading with... Sorry, Ran, you're trading with...
Ulrich, can he try to just drag it to my token?
Oh yeah,
You know?
try doing that. If you can do
I've
it.
never tried it as a player. Let's see how it works. I'm not allowed to.
I guess I can do that. Oop.
Yes.
Good to know the rules for all of that. So you all reconvene here. What would you like to do?
So, the southwest room didn't have any bodies in it, but I think our bard friend might have been staying there. Hopefully she got away. Maybe the folks in the room with her. Any survivors in the other rooms?
Also one.
Nope. All dead or pieces of people who are now dead,
Well,
I imagine.
guess we lucked out. Surviving, I mean.
Yes, we did. Oh, you mean you don't enjoy waking up in a wing of dead people?
Not one of my favorite vacation spots.
Though, strangely, not the first time this has happened. But we don't have to talk about that now.
So, we've
Well-
still got the rooms left of us.
Yes, I think the less time we spend dithering about, the more time we might actually be able to do some good.
Right. I would like to try avoiding notice.
Okay.
Oh, exploration actions. I'm going to defend.
If you want to set an exploration action, you guys can.
So I assume I just click active, or do I need to roll anything yet?
Believe it's just click active. Let's see, run. Where is it? Actions. Is it on here for you? Or are you going from the actual, like, exploration? Here it is. You have it as active. It should do automatic. You attempt a stealth check to avoid notice while traveling at half speed, so you have to attempt the stealth check. And if you're avoiding notice at the start of the encounter, you usually roll a stealth instead of a perception to determine your initiative.
Okay.
So if you click that, you can roll me stealth, and we'll know that's your active thing. Anyone else have any actions they want to put up before we go into the next room?
Yeah. I'm going to take defend.
What's really going on? I mean,
So you take defend.
Technically, it's for raise a shield, but I think Eldori parry should be analogous. It's a one-action raise your AC thing.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah, go ahead and put up your parry.
All right, I have.
Anyone, if no one else is setting anything up, then you can head to the doors. And as you open it, you see 4 armed black tier cutthroats, hand crossbows at the ready. Hey.
Oh.
So
Do you, gentlemen?
they are. I'm going to have begin another encounter. Let me set that up. I just gotta add people to it.
How deep is this pool of water, by the way?
From here you can't quite get a good view of it, but it doesn't look like it's too terribly deep.
Okay.
Do you want me to give you guys the red text of the room before we do this?
Sure.
Okay.
Uh,
And while I'm doing that, you guys can all roll your initiatives. This large indoor garden, because you would have had to come through this to get there, to your room, right? So you'd know what it looks like. This large indoor garden resembles a tropical paradise. Lush plants and flowering vines hang from the walls, while a slow-moving stream of water cuts through the center of the room, flowing languidly from north to south through stone drains. Lanterns filled with colorful flowers line the stream. Two narrow bridges arch over the water, allowing passage from one side to the other. Partially submerged in the stream to the north stands a life-size marble statue depicting an armored half-elf woman holding a rose and wielding a shield. I gotta roll initiative for these guys.
Well, that's odd. It's still having me roll with perception. Wait, something on the character sheet can be altered.
Yeah, you can adjust it too when you make the roll, I think.
Could we take one as prisoner? To see if we can get some information off them.
It's worth considering for sure.
Alright. And I'll try and grapple them.
Okay.
I can.
So everyone's initiative is rolled.
I mean, maybe wait till there's only one left.
Yes.
We change back into battle music. I don't know why the death one's always going to be in it, but the guy dying at the start of the combat. We'll begin with Orpip Diggle.
It's just still not as good as my 8-bit one I had for my stuff.
I do miss that 8-bit little
You.
one that was kind of good. Orpip Diggle, what are you up to? You might be muted.
An angle on that one.
Okay.
Do I? I do.
Yes. With that door open, yeah.
Will save from that one.
Oh, with what are you casting?
A dazed.
Okay, let me make a will. Which one's the saving throws for him? Athletics. Will. Rolled a 6.
Hey.
By the way, if you would hit the daze button, yeah, let me just click the DC will save for the character. It'll be easier than me hitting the will on him. But yes, he is dazed, so you can wait.
So
A
he takes
6. That's a critical. So he's stunned 1.
Yep, and he takes 1 mental damage.
And I'll apply the
Stunned
damage.
one.
Gotta find the stun first. And then click can be selected, damage. He's taken 1 point of damage as a psychic bolt. Or not a psychic bolt, but an mental jolt hits him in the brain. You see him like flash for a moment. And he looks a little confused.
I'm just gonna hold.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Next up. Oh, we didn't hit begin encounter. I'm an idiot. There we go. Deirdre, you're up.
Oh, what do this situation? She has to make her way through the door.
Okay.
Yep, where Art Pip is. Sharing the doorway. You don't mind.
Well, you can't.
But
You can't end your movement in the same square as somebody.
Okay.
You can move through them, you just can't end in the same square. Unless they're
Yep.
tiny.
I am merely small.
Well, then since he's relatively short, I can shoot. I can aim over him.
Yep.
I'm gonna target this fellow's here, and cast a phase bolt at him.
Okie dokie. Click that phase bolt button. It's an attack roll, so go ahead and make the attack. That is a hit. As you shoot a bolt of energy into him, roll that damage. Yeah, so he's not doing great. As that bolt of energy hits him, and his eyes were previously flickering from the stun, it just like bores into him and he just drops to the ground. Why didn't it put him in with the dead thing? Well, I can put him in dead. I get into dying, deafened, doomed. Dead. Next up. Wait. Yeah, you moved in. Can you hit in turn? And next up will be Ross.
Alright. Well, I use sudden charge.
Okay, so you can move twice with this and then make an attack if you end up next.
Alright. I think it's over right there.
Zoom. He zooms across the bridge and you're gonna make your attack?
Yep.
Ooh, let's see it.
Let's see.
Like a hammer animation.
Miss.
You swing with the maul and he's
Swing
like,
and you miss. Swing and you miss.
he barely dodges by kind of falling on his butt and you swing over his head. But you should still have one action left.
Let's go. And I'll try again.
That map penalty. Oh. This time though, he's got a little bit more time to react and just kind of rolls out of the way.
We won't be so lucky next time. And that's the end of my turn.
Make ready, your turn comes.
Jim, you're up.
All right. He steps out the doorway and says, "You there? Let's have a little chat, shall we?" And strides up to him. So that's 5, 10, 15. Actually, I can do 15, 20. It doesn't matter anyway. And he's gonna grab him.
Okay, so make an athletics.
Fine, if you want, I will give him panache though, because it has the bravado trait.
He is a slippery fellow, and you couldn't quite grab him, but what is your next action, Jim?
Fine then, if you want to be a bastard about it. And he will attack with the map.
You hit, roll that damage. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, +2, you're good, you're good. Okay, I wasn't sure if you did the map, you got it. Yeah, so you hit him for 13. And that he falls stone dead from the damage.
See what happens? You should have just been cooperative.
And is that the end of your turn, Jim?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me just, sorry, forgot to hit the button. There you go.
It's your turn.
Oh, they got Donovan and Clem! No! Wait, which one of this is this side? This. He doesn't have much space to run. He had his bow drawn. What would he do? He's going.
He spends 3 actions to piss his pants.
He's going to use the step action to step away into the foliage and behind the statue, giving it a little bit of cover from certain angles. He's going to take a shot. First at Ross, because he's closest, and maybe somebody else afterward. So we'll target him. I clicked him instead of targeting. Oops. And then we'll attack. He strikes with his hand crossbow. Eventually one of my minions will hit, but today isn't that day. And... well, he'll use his last action to reload, I suppose. Since it's a crossbow. And that's it for his go.
It will be your turn next.
Renesh.
Alright. Well, actions in the garden. Step inside. I see that there's a fellow to the north of me.
Yes.
Now, odd question. Would these people happen to be part of my current case?
They could. You could construe them as that, certainly.
Alright then. Time to do the cheesy thing for investigators. Recall knowledge does not cost an action. Sorry, devise a stratagem does not cost an action in this case.
Because you assume he's part of your case, yeah? So free action, devise a stratagem. 14.
Alright, and I guess I also get the recall knowledge.
Okay.
I will attempt society, and this time I'm going to be sure it's blind.
With this roll, you know that black tier cutthroats are... Well, there are bandits, and they often have to do smuggling and other things. They're very devout religious people. They often donate to the church.
Ah, what good choir boys.
But did you have a
Song for him.
Did you have a question for me?
What is his highest save?
His highest save? Why, that would be fortitude. They're strong lads, you
Early
know.
lot.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to use go with the attack stratagem,
Okay.
and try to shoot him.
The one directly north of you? Go ahead.
Yes.
You do indeed hit. Roll that damage, and I believe you also do precision damage because of it.
Alright.
You shoot, and he falls down into the stream and starts listfully floating away to the south.
Alright. I have one last action. I'm going to step out of the room like a coward.
Okay.
There's a reason they call me Ran.
I get it. Orpip, your turn again.
Righty. I'll step in. Let's see. Aha! I can get him from there. Need another will save, please.
Yep. And you can see him, and it's not a target, so the cover doesn't help him, but he'll try to show off the power of his will. I gotta select a token that would help. They're not known for their will. Yeah, he's not known for his will.
Nice. Good old 5. Mental.
Yeah, you see him put his hands up to his head and, like, he's got a severe headache right now. But he's still standing.
Alright, I'll stay right there.
Okay.
So let me end.
Then, Deirdre, you're up.
Guess I'll follow out and see what's going on.
You see...
Follow Orpip's gaze of where he's aiming.
Mhm.
See the cutthroat across the way. And now I'll send him, and now I'll send this one a phrase bolt as well.
Keep in mind, he is behind the statue, so he will have a little bit of cover from it. Incidental cover +1 to his AC.
Okay, so can I still cast it? See what
Yes. How do I edit that for... Oh, adjusted. 17 is a hit. I just adjusted him to be a lead accidentally. That was what I wanted to do. There we go. You hit him successfully, roll damage. So I don't think it's gonna matter. Poor Gary. He was perfectly fine. With quotes. He's not anymore. As the phase bolt strikes him, and he falls to the ground lifeless. That. Congratulations, you've defeated the Black Tier assassins.
Well, so much for taking one alive, he says as he wipes his sword off on the guy's clothing.
Only they could reason. Can I check the body of the throat that's near me?
You sure can. As you look over him, you notice he has... How many did he have? Why did it say... Why does he have 4 dagger attacks but only has 1 dagger on his character? That's kind of dumb. You notice he has on him a dagger, a hand crossbow, 10 crossbow bolts. If anyone needs crossbow bolts. Studded leather armor, silver, and a pouch on his belt that doesn't seem to have anything inside of it, outside the coins.
I guess I'll take the belt pouch.
Okay.
Right.
Nice little belt pouch. Now, me too. You watch the corpse float down the river. And then as it gets to the end, you notice he reappears at the top.
Well, I tried to get closer to take a look at the southern end of the stream.
Yep. What would you like to roll? Arcana would make the most sense. Or if you want to maybe know about the story of why this is here, maybe society.
I'm a bit more interested in how this is working, so I'll try Arcana.
Good doke. Alright, I have a bunch of dice to roll first, too. Gotta be a way to do that in bulk. Anyway, with that, you don't know what is causing it. It's gotta be a magical effect of some kind. Very strange. But you don't quite know, Ron.
I'll go for a dip.
The water is pleasant outside of occasionally the body that comes back across and bumps into you.
You're a brave soul, Dim. Careful.
If I swim into the portal, what happens?
You come out the top side of the room.
Whoa, how did that feel?
It just felt like, for you, it would have just felt like you, not it got dark, but you just ended and were immediately at the top. Like, it was always there, your perception just shifted. Yeah.
Why am I here? I'm just fucking with you. It's a portal.
Oh, okay. Had me going there for a moment.
He like gets out and like shakes himself off. To be honest, I
Hey.
kind of needed that to sober up a bit.
So, fancy portal for a stream. Lady's certainly rich.
Yeah, they got more money than sense. Speaking from experience here. Well, onward and upward, as it were.
Okay, so you guys all head up to the door. My stomach is not agreeing. You guys can open the door if you like.
Then we'll turn to Ross and say, if you like, you can do the honors.
I'll do it with pride. Alright.
Okay. So this is a bloodied hallway with 6 guards and 3 people wearing black cloaks that litter the floor of this wide hallway. All of you can hear a deep booming voice from the room to the north. Specifically, Orpip, you can make out, "Hey, where are you, halfling? I can't see no more. I'm gonna smash you when I get you, though."
There appears to be someone looking for a halfling.
You think it's your friend?
I wouldn't think it's any of my friends. And he'll tell you what room he hears it from.
It'd be the room up here.
Well, let's have a look, see.
And as you open this, don't proceed any further currently. I just have to do a little something. And then
Ooh,
this modest-sized library lies in ruins. Bookshelves on the east and west have been emptied. Books lie heaped and piled in the northeast corner. Set atop this heap are severed arms, legs, and a dozen guards and would-be heroes. A blood-spattered padded chair sits next to a shuttered window. You also see a large ogre swinging his arms wildly in search of, and you can just barely make her out behind, taking cover behind something, Lindsay. And we have one more initiative for me to set up. It's gotta be. Oh, let me click drag. Thank you.
yeah, I was gonna say you can multi-select.
Yeah, it was. Well, the thing with that is if a room has treasure, I might highlight the treasure because that counts as an actor.
Woo.
So sometimes
Can't
it's true.
feel that. I can't handle that 7. Woo.
Grogmog known for his speed.
Yeah, I like playing with the dice so you get a hold of them. Just throw them around across the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, good dice. Wee.
So, I gotta switch back to the combat music again. This one's slightly different.
Is that boss music I'm hearing?
Could be. Lindsay's up first.
Boss music.
Oh, it's you all. Oh, I'm having a little bit of trouble with this ogre here. Please help. Please. And that's her turn.
Battle has begun.
Ran, you're up.
Alright. So, while I'm not completely in the room, I can kind of see the token of the ogre from where I'm standing. Would it be reasonable to assume I could see him?
Yes, for sure.
Okay. I'm going to go out on a limb and devise a stratagem.
Okay. And it would be a free action, right? Considering You have a good sense that he might be the guy who, or something that drugged their bodies here. It would be quite easy for him with his size. How do you feel about that 12? But before...
Not
Go ahead.
great, but my recall knowledge.
Yes.
What skill should I try here? Well, he used speech, so he may exist in some sort of society, even if by the Joker's definition. I'm going to gamble on that.
Okay. Roll a society. Targeting him. Okay, what question would you like to ask?
I would like to know what his lowest save is.
I mean, you would get... Oh, well. Hold on, I gotta do a lookup on something. Give me 2 moments. Encounter... Well, you know that he is... Maybe it's because he can't see, but you think that his fortitude might be his weakest save. Clearly, if Lindsay was able to injure him to the point of blindness, then...
Yeah, she must have done a real number on him. Alright, so I would like to... Oh. Okay. I know... Well, I've already moved, so... Ugh. Finish my move there.
Okay.
I honestly do not have faith in that roll.
Okay, so do you want to do the other option then?
Yes, skilled stratagem.
Which? You know.
Which skill to use? Ugh, I gotta look into that room and it is tiny.
Yeah, it's a small room.
I'm... going to... Can my token fit in this space? Oh no. I was trying to get kind of in the corner here. And that's where I'd like to end the turn. As I really didn't want to risk trying to shoot over 2 party members, thinking that if I miss badly, it's going to hit them. And I guess that's Orpip's turn.
Orpip, I forgot I was muted. I was gonna say, yeah, that was fine where you went on the thing, and then yeah, Orpip, it's your turn. Sorry, I was muted. My bad.
I'm gonna cast protection on Dim. You get a +1 status bonus to armor class. And I'm out of the way of the door enough. That's it for Orpip.
You can drag that token, that spell effect protection onto your character, and it'll apply it automatically.
Oh, sorry, I missed the message there, Dim.
Oh no, I was talking about. I mean, it works for you too, but I was talking.
Oh, sorry,
about,
I thought I read it as Ran, not Raz. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
double
it
sorry.
applies to both actually. But yeah.
But yes, Ross, you're up. You said you want to delay?
Yeah, after Dim.
All right. Yeah. So I think Dim looks at Ross and says, "Just a second. I'll set him up for you." And strides in front of Lindsay, and then Aldori parries and then attempts to grapple the giant.
Okay.
Oh, damn it. I failed. Really? That's his lowest? He must be high level then.
He critically failed the roll, so he got false information.
Oh, you motherfucker. I was like, this doesn't make sense.
Oh no, I assumed it was false information, but I wanted to play it. Forgive me.
Rad, what the fuck?
It's late at night. I'm off sometimes. Sorry.
Also, let me
Alright.
progress a little bit of time because keep forgetting it doesn't go automatically, and you guys had 2 fights, so I'm moving time forward. Is that all 3 of your actions, Dim? Okay, Ross, you're up. The setup has commenced.
I'll walk up in there,
Hey, I was set up too.
and I'm just gonna strike him.
As everyone targeting poor Gromgog.
Ooh. I'll try again. Wow.
Ooh, critical miss. There's just not a lot of room to swing in here. You're like trying to get over the table and hit him with strength, and you're like making contact with him, but he's a big dude.
Get it at the right
Watch
angle
out.
and
He almost hit me.
Sorry. It's just not enough room in here.
Yeah, no
Ready, your turn comes.
one's got any lucky second swings yet. Deirdre, you're up.
Oh, I see like a motion, walk into this room and see what I'm looking at. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'll stand back here.
Yeah, he's a big one.
Well then. Biggie was. Let's see, what do I have? And you said he's already blind, yes?
He seems like he has trouble seeing. As if he has the blinded condition, perhaps.
Well, what's all destroyed in here? What can I curiosity?
Well, the tables are overturned, books and stuff lie across the floor. There's a lot nearby.
Let's see what I have. Well, I'll try to use. What did they say when bulk 1? How light is that?
Bulk 1?
Yeah.
Bulk 1 is anything with weight 1, like most like regular sword or something.
Oh, perhaps I should try.
If it's for telekinetic projectile, you could throw like chunks of the wood nearby. You could throw. There's like a lot of things you can choose to throw, like sharp bits of wood splintered out. You know, like rocks on the ground that might have come in through this. You could throw like a helmet.
You mean the bits of stone wall that I fell over or something?
Yeah, you could throw the helmet off one of these, the guard directly behind you if you wanted.
Perhaps I should throw a piece of like whatever broken stone that might be there. I mean, that is relatively sized.
Okay, so go ahead and hit that telekinetic projectile, and that would be the bludgeoning type, I assume.
Yes. Okay.
You forgot to target him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good, but that just misses him. It flings rather quickly, bounces off him, he kind of shrugs, ow, but not enough where it, like, caused any bleeding. Or bruising.
Oh,
Ooh, who's there? We have a tough one.
Okay, so if that's the end of your turn... then Gromog is up.
my rage expired.
Oh, you can put it back up, it's because I moved time up.
I was so confused when I saw it expire.
Okay, so... Field is the DC 5, okay. So... Gromog here has a lot of options and a lot of targets. With this large ogre hook. He's going to take a swing at Dim. But first, he has to see if he can see Dim. He can.
Oh, I think you can see that. Come at you, vile beast.
Oh, I didn't target.
That's
I've
a
been...
crit.
Oh, yeah.
Is
That's...
that a crit? I don't know if that's a crit.
What's your AC?
Actually, no, it's not.
Oh, because you got...
It's 18.
Yeah, because you got the extra +1 from the defense spell earlier.
Yeah,
That's
that
right.
definitely helps.
So a regular hit.
Or Pip gave you a slap on the butt and said, "Go get him, buddy."
6 points of damage as he slams that ogre hook into you. Doesn't really have much else he can do besides swing. Otherwise. Well, he found Purchase, so he might try targeting the same person again, at least one more time. But this time with a penalty. Grandma got you good this time.
Second time round, he catches the hook on his rapier hilt, or not rapier, dueling sword hilt, and flings it to the side. Let it be said, no one hits me twice in a row.
Oh, I also should need to retcon the thing. He got the 5, so he still could have made the attack. He has not... He doesn't really have any other options. Nowhere to move or anything, so he's going to take that lucky third attack, fishing for a crit. He got a crit, but it was a bad kind for him. Crit miss with a 0.
It's your turn. It's your turn.
And that ends his turn. Lindsay's up. Lindsay sees, oh, it's you all. Okay, hold on, I got this. What do I do? And she, freaking out, and plays Inspire Courage. Doesn't go around the walls, I guess, but she starts playing her lute. Oh, these heroes, please kill this giant thing, help! And you feel courageous, so you can all the people in the red will have courageous anthem. Brad might have it soon, but that's Lindsay's turn. Ran, you're up.
All right. I've let Dim down. I gave him false information, and I think I heard someone take a hit in there. Could be him. So, come on, let me... No, don't close the door.
You interact to close the door, and then interact to open the door.
No. Okay. Misclick there. I step here. And I'm going to try devising a stratagem again.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that. A 3.
I have no faith in this move. So, I'm going to change my target
Okay. But you,
to Dim. Oh yeah, go on.
you,
Oh, right, there were whole knowledge.
yep, you get your recall knowledge,
All right.
and think of which question you'd like to ask. I mean, you know, it's got to be fortitude. That's what you know about these guys. For his weakest
Does
save.
he have any resistances?
Does he have any resistance? No. You can't. You don't know enough about him. He's already kind of seemed different from what you normally know, so you can't really tell if he's got any resistances. Outside of maybe the... He seems to be itching at some pretty big insect bites on his body, so maybe he's resistant to insect bite. But that's about the best you got.
Alright, so don't use bug-type moves.
Yes.
Alright, so... as I step in, I assume that I can tell that Dim has at least been hit.
Yes, Dim got pierced by the ogre hook and is bleeding from, like, let's say the shoulder.
Roughly missing a quarter of his health.
Oh.
He's seen better days.
Let me try to patch this up. And I know that this... I've been trying to use battle medicine, but I know it's ultimately a treat wounds roll. So I'm going for the trained DC of 15.
Okay. So go ahead and attempt.
Crossing my fingers.
And are you giving yourself the bonus for the from the devise a stratagem not attack thing?
Well, with skilled stratagem, I'm not sure if I can only use the skill against the target I devised against.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
So here goes nothing.
Not quite a critical healing, but you can apply that.
Wait, that was wrong.
Huh?
Oh no, I read it wrong. Stupid me. Anyway, yes, I do try to patch up Dim with that.
And yeah, you quickly stitch up the wound that's now stopped bleeding from his shoulder.
Okay, and seeing how nasty this guy is, I'm backing out once more.
Sounds good.
And that will end my turn.
Or Pip, you're up.
Righty, can I cast through these two people, like Divine Lance? Could I do that?
Yes, I mean, he's considering how big he is. You have a good enough line of sight where, you know, you don't have to worry about hitting your teammates.
Okay. Not great.
It hits.
Hey.
So roll that damage.
6.
As he gets hit for 6 points of spirit damage. He starts getting angry. I'm gonna kill you all.
Giant divine butterfly careens across the room and nails him in the chest. That's it for me.
Dim, you're up.
Alright. seeing as fortitude didn't work, he'll try reflex. And attempt to trip. Hey, there we go.
Success! He falls and is prone.
We'll follow up with a finisher. Confident finisher, so even if he misses, he still does damage. And map -5.
Who tripped Grogmog? Yeah, you feel the ground shake as he falls. And that hits! Thanks to the off guard
It's
effect.
only nice. It's only map -3 because he's off guard.
And you pierce him for 8 points of damage. He's starting to look a little wounded. He's seen better days, but
Alright.
not looking like he's going to see too many more.
Alduri parry. And I'll turn to Ross and say, now, get him.
That is a critical hit. Roll that critical damage.
I guess I'll say this is what true strength looks like.
Breaking a watermelon with a sledgehammer.
He's prone on the ground. You have your hammer raised over him. Describe your kill.
Alright. I just slam my hammer down on his chest as strong as possible. It's like a shockwave. He just, his whole chest collapses.
So, from Rand's perspective, you hear a loud thud with the earth shaking. Not the earth, but the room around you shaking. And then you hear another one. But that one also has a bit of a squelch to it.
Guys, was that us winning, or do I need to run?
Bad news,
He's dead.
Ross is dead.
Shit.
Oh, no, the giant's dead.
Oh,
killed him.
okay, that's wonderful news.
Delete that emanation. No more courageous anthem for anyone. Okay. Lindsay comes and starts thanking you guys profusely. Oh my god, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was in the corner. I found this secret room, and then this guy broke in, and I was with Amiri, Valerie, and Reem, and they ran off, and then we all separated. Oh god, they're probably dead too. Or wait, no, in danger. That's the thing. But you guys are heroes. You're awesome.
Now, first off, are you injured?
No, I'm perfectly fine. I'm fine. He picked me up and then I stabbed him in the eye and then he let me go. Mostly because of the stab in the eye thing, so I ran and hid in the corner.
Smart move. You're a hero yourself there.
You see her kind of puff her chest with pride a little bit, like, yeah. By the way, I love the difference between Lindsay's token art and her character art. She's ready to stab in the character art version.
Yeah,
It was
she
the
does
last
that,
thing
but she
Gromog
fucks
ever
around.
saw.
True. But before continuing any further exploration, I believe that's where we'll end the session.
Alrighty.
Unless anyone has anything they need to do now instead of afterward, so they don't forget.
No.
Cool. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm going to end the stream now. I appreciate all of you who stopped in. Bye everyone.